That's the worst timing to do that. What
Oh.
time? What time were we at?
I just tried to leave game. My game crashed.
Okay. Do you know what time we were at?
14 minutes and 41 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I had to restart the stream. I gotta love it when it does that. Sorry about that, guys. I think I have a hardware default, or I think I have a hardware issue with my internet, and I couldn't get a new part last night, but I got one today. We'll be back in the game in just a moment.
1991 guts just subscribed.
Okay, invited you. I don't know if you're online.
I sent you a message. It hadn't gotten to me yet, though.
Hey, I'm in your town.
Inviting you again. Gotta love internet issues, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, Lemon Pepper. Still haven't gotten the invite? There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Alright, let's get in there. Okay, we're at 14 something. We'll go straight there.
Roland 1066A just subscribed.
Thanks
you for the great content.
Thank you very much, Roland, for the tier 1. Greatly appreciate it. Again, sorry guys for that hiccup. We should be entering the game here shortly. And we'll just skip forward. You said 1441?
Yep, that's where I saw last. Literally, as you disconnected, BC just was moving out to drop a second town center on the deer and berries to the north.
Okay. Yes, the finals will be on after this. Man, that's I'm so mad at my internet right now. Or I know it's not my internet's fault, it's my computer. And I think I know what the problem is, and I'll have it fixed later today, but the part hasn't arrived yet.
Well, no worries. We're back in the action in just a little bit. And you know what? For those who weren't here while we were casting the first 14 minutes, you get a little bit of a quick catch up here on the game and a speed catch up.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go for, we already know what happens here, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to re-commentate this. We'll just get straight to the action.
Yeah.
Man, this is such an interesting game, too, with how it's been playing out. I mean, the fact that Wham just allowed BC to get those 3 relics, deciding to opt out and raid and get 4 villager kills. Not sure if that's worth it or not. But
I mean, it's one of those kind of timing payoffs. Like with Beastie going second TC now after killing those knights, that's the big thing. I think if he had kept the 4 knights alive, it would be a whole different story because he would be able to continue this pressure up. But he dove TC, and I don't really know why.
He might have been distracted, maybe.
I think BC was raiding with the horseman or two, so that's probably what it was.
Yep, almost caught up, guys, and then we can finally get to the action here. Just 3 more long minutes.
The thing is, though, that we haven't talked about is, like, you talked about the farm transition. Well, BC still hasn't even started that. He's moving out to the deer and berries to still delay that up further, and he has to expend a lot of food now on villagers.
Yeah, he does indeed. Okay, so we're almost caught up. 41 seconds. Okay.
And boom.
There we go. So second TC going down for 21 villagers, so this will be built really quickly. They both killed 6 villagers, but of course, again, Order Dragon villagers are more costly, so really, BC's lost a little bit more eco. And actually, holy cow, 30 workers down. Yes, we know that Order the Dragon villagers are better than normal villagers, but they are not 30 villagers better.
That's definitely the truth. Not even to mention that is we have a good old, I mean, yeah, you're only up 1 relic too, so that doesn't account for the relic differential either.
Yeah, it's not like you're on, yeah, so it's not like he has a huge relic advantage to do, and no one has sacred sites, so there's no sacred site advantage.
These 2 spears are still in the back.
Look at
right as Beastie moves to the berries. No, go back to the berries.
Look at Beastie's food. He's at 0. He was at 0 food for like a while there.
Yeah, ran out of the berries at home. Still hadn't gotten all on the deer into the berries that he just built the TC on. I mean, this is where, again, Wham at least has, it might not be a lot, but 6-7 farms, more than 0.
Ooh, and BC does get a nice Vil kill there. So, you know, he's killed 9 workers to 6, you know, probably getting close to equal. That Gilded Knight is just running around causing havoc. Now, here we go. There's 7 Gilded Archers, 3 Gilded Knights. Don't know if this will be able to do too much damage. Gilded Knight does get another villager. BC's doing some really nice micro. Gets another villager. And this is what he needs. He needs to get as many villagers as he can to try to, you know, hurt the eco of Wham. Wham needs to garrison his villagers.
I think this is one of those where you just underestimate the Gilded Knights. Usually, if those are normal knights, you're like, all right, if he picks off a villager, it's dying. You're getting a knight at least. And so it's like, all right, maybe it's worth it. Now, though, BC just able to circle right back around. Guess where else he's heading to? The berries that he was just raiding. This time, Wham reacts, though.
Yep, might be able to get that Gilded Knight. I mean, those Gilded Knights are very, very powerful. And
Wham,
you know,
though, under the second TC on the other side now.
Yeah, the thing is, he doesn't have the, he only has +1 ranged armor, so the arrows are still doing more than 1 damage a shot. Oh, loses another villager. You know, and this is what BC's great at doing, right? He's very good at doing these kind of raids, and these are the things that get you back in games. You know, killing villagers. It may seem only a little bit, but he's killed 14 now.
Yeah, a couple of minutes ago, we were talking about Beastie being at a 30-plus deficit. He's at 28 now.
Yeah, and that's how you come back. More barracks coming out for Beastie here. And what is Wham going to do? Wham's floating a lot of food and gold. Is he going to go for Imperial Age?
I think Imperial Age might be the play, but one thing he needs to deal with first is these Gilded Knights that are just harassing him.
Yeah, these Gilded Knights are just absolutely... these have gotten so much damage done. Now that we're at 15, might be about to hit 16. Oh, no.
Oh, no, Beastie! He looked away for a split second.
Does get another Vil, but is going to lose the Gilded Knight. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Beastie has the Inspired Warriors tech. Oh, and Wham actually took his relic out. He only is on 1 relic now because of it.
Oh, he... It's sitting next to Regnance.
Yep, and BC's going to take out another Vil here. No, oh, actually, no, that villager lived. Okay. What a Chad villager.
Sprinkled in placement, getting at least a little bit of extra damage in. Wham is up to 17 knights, though.
And he's going up with the Palace of Swabia. So he's going to be going to that Imperial Age. Which, you know, that's going to be, I don't know if BC can punish this, but BC does have 6 crossbows. And Wham doesn't have anything for those. Like, he doesn't have any ranged. He's not making any more units at the moment. Like, I feel like he may be putting himself in a scary position here, where I think, you know, if he can get to Imperial Age and solidify himself, that's fine. But what's he going to make against this range composition?
Yeah, he's going to get upgrades on his knights, and then it still gets countered by the crossbows if BC has enough. The thing is BC, he hadn't been continuing to make crossbows now. He's swapping on over with a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and here we go. Imperial Age has arrived, and again, still that relic hasn't been noticed. Wham does start pumping out the Swabia villagers, and, you know, BC's not going to like this. BC's going to be like, oh... And he's probably going to start pushing soon, I would imagine. Thing is, Wham can't...
And that's exactly what he's starting to do, is push.
Yeah, and now this is the part, this is going to be the scary part of this game. If Wham can hold this attack, he probably wins the game. He still hasn't re-garrisoned that relic. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but man, that's brutal. Okay,
Ooh.
We're seeing hand cannons come out.
Villagers on that middle berries have to fall back. Luckily for Wham, already has this huge farm transition. Knights circling, probably going to try to hit off reinforcing units and wait for that timing where Wham knows he can win that fight.
Yeah, and so that's Wham's game plan. He's just going to start massing mass hand cannons, and hand cannons are very good against Order of the Dragon units, because Order of the Dragon units, there's not really much overkill with hand cannoneers because of how much health that these units have.
Yeah, 8 hand cannoneers already in queue. And Wham's villager differentials should get even more out of hand with Swabia.
Yeah, let's see if Wham's going to notice that relic now that he's looking
Running by
at it. Still hasn't noticed. Oh, nope, he has now.
He's got it somewhere. He's going to go put it in that outpost, I think.
Yep,
I hope.
and it's going to be with a bombard emplacement. So Wham just needs to hold this attack off. He now knows this attack is coming. He might be forced off gold for a little bit. Oh, a second hand. So he's just doing the. He's kind of, you know, he's doing the bombard style emplacement, which is gonna be really nice. Starts shooting at these Gilded Knights. Gilded Knights are dead. Wham pushing up. Oh, look at this. BC's gonna steal this relic.
Oh, that is huge. Well, if he can burn it down, emergency repairs just being so useful. The hand cannoneers are starting to arrive. He might be able to steal it, but at this point, it's going to be at what cost? Gilded Archers, though, are still here. A lot of them.
Yeah, no, he can't do much. There is a raid, and oh, Wham just lost all his knights. Oh, no, look at the military. 81 to 27. This is looking bad. That relic is going to be taken by BC. BC's going to be on 4 relics. This Swabia may end up being a big mistake.
I don't even think it was just Swabia. I think it was the knight control. He distracted. He just threw away 16 knights, and I don't know if he got anything.
Oh, we do have the first mangonel, though. That's going to be very useful.
Oh, great shot with the first mangonel. This is a blessing right now for Wham. He needs this to hit a couple more unbelievable shots.
That's not a good shot.
Not by any means. Inspire Warriors are here. Wham just doesn't have a ton of military.
And he's gonna lose this, or at least I'm pretty sure he's gonna lose this mangonel in a moment. BC is going to lose a lot of his archers, but BC's starting to, he's starting to get a better food transition as his farms, he actually doesn't have too many farms yet, but he is getting, he does have that second deer pack he can take.
Wham just needs to stabilize from this push. BC actually losing a lot of units just to sprinkled emplacements to TC stuff, and that mangonel actually stays alive this whole time.
Yep, it does. It does kill the army. BC's eco is not as good as Wham's. Look at the food difference: 735 to 1900 food. So
BC's just now making that farm transition.
Yeah, his farm transition is finally coming through a bit late. On the bright side, he is on 4 relics, so if this game goes to a gold depraved state, that's going to be really bad for for Wham, because he doesn't have that passive relics. But can Wham, utilize his advantage? He has a tech advantage. He has way more food income. He's got Tithe Barns coming in, but that's only for 1 relic now, not 2. And it'll be interesting to see how Wham ends up playing this out here.
He's massing horsemen. And I just, maybe he's doing the horsemen just to continue raid and continue to try to hit the farms of Beastie and keep him on the back foot and allow him to just kind of slowly creep up further and further and further.
Yeah, and we do have... is Wham making any more hand cannon? He has 7 hand cannoneers, 10 horsemen, so he's probably going to start doing some raiding. He's going to kill this prelate. And here comes the second push here. It's a bunch of 13 spearmen and 2 crossbows, so not really a lot of ranged attack here. So, these hand cannoneers should be able to deal with these just fine.
Yeah. Bombard emplacement 2 just has a massive amount of range. Villager coming to help heal that mangonel, and Spearman actually just going to have to turn right back around.
Yeah, and it looks like BC's probably now going to be saving up for Imperial Age. And that'll be kind of the scary point, I think, is when that Imperial Age gets into play for Order of the Dragon. Hand cannoneers kind of losing some to the spearmen, which is very painful. We do see a horseman raid getting another vill kill. But look at the villager kill difference: 43 for Beastie, 9 for Wham.
Yeah, just not too crazy as far as how much damage Wham's going to be able to get. But look at the keep drop on the Norse Sacred Site. Wants to go ahead and secure, I guess, a wood line for himself. I wouldn't have hated him to even drop this a little bit further forward on the gold.
Yeah, I think he also wants to secure the golds as well. He now knows that he does not want this game to go into a game where the golds are mined out, because then he's going to be starved of gold. And look at that. He's actually coming forward with 31 villagers. Looks like he's probably going to take that big gold in the center.
Yeah, maybe just going to drop a keep there as well.
He is going to have the
Needs
stone.
a little bit more stone.
He'll have the stone for it soon. The problem is, I don't think BC's going to just let him take it, right? And BC is going Imperial Age as well with the Palace of Swabia.
Hand Cannoneers are here, though. Horsemen are here as well. Beastie has to fall back because this is the timing that, again, Beastie was just going Imperial.
Yep, so BC's now hit Imperial Age. Wham is just trying to kill the Spearman. Doesn't really care too much about his Horseman. Is building a keep as well. Does kill the 2 Prelates. And now what is Beastie going to do here? Yeah, so for those curious, Dragon Villagers are 20 food and make in 8 seconds. But Wham does have map control. He's also stonewalling the side of the map. And, you know, BC does have this back gold. Has 1,000 gold on it left. And that's it. Now, once that gold's gone, BC's going to be relying exclusively on his relics. And Wham is maxed out.
There is one 4K, but I think that's in keep range. And if it's not, it definitely will be in pressure range as Wham's starting to burn down that wall here now.
Yeah. And, you know, Wham's at 152 workers. You know, BC's going to want to stop making workers soon, too, right? Because we saw Louis. He made 150 workers as Order of the Dragon, and that was only a very, very small military unit. It was like, what, 20 units or something. Bombard outpost incoming.
What Beastie's army would be now is what Louis was stuck on. Bombard outpost is incoming. I don't think it's going to get done in time. Emergency. Oh, he had to pull back because the spearmen headed up there, but even still,
emergency
the TC getting left.
Killing some workers here. You know, it's nice. This keep will finish, though.
The outpost on the front side goes down. There's some houses, not a big deal. All those farms being idled, a little bit more important, though.
Oh, and look at those 10 workers.
Group of villagers.
Wham does notice it, dives him with his horsemen.
Hand Cannoneers are there as well, so Beastie losing quite a bit of economy here and getting a lot of his economy stalled out as well.
Yeah, he lost most of those workers, so now he's lost 26. You know, he was at 9 just a minute ago, and now he's at minus 26.
The crazy part, though, is Beastie. He's not really struggling on the gold count. Look at what he's got in the bank. It's the other resources. It's the food he just got denied off of. He's on the last couple wood lines, but one of them, as he chops through further and further, it's going to get to one of Wham's keeps.
Yeah, but look at Wham's food bank. He's got almost 4,000 food, 2,000 gold. What does this kind of... This kind of reminds me of their first game, where Beastie had this food bank and Wham had none.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Wham, he's going to go Sacred Sites. He's going to go, like, Wonder behind this at this point with the resources he has. Because the thing is he's not losing units fast enough that he's not regaining them. So he's outproducing the way he's losing them, and he's taking just more and more beneficial trades. But the Culverin comes out and just snipes that Mangonel like it's nothing.
Second TC is probably going to go down here if Wham decides to do it.
Don't do this again, Wham. He did this with the house earlier on. It's like, all right, yeah, it's burning now. It's like, yeah, but BC can just...
Yeah, why do you do this? Just kill it. Not like it matters. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because, again, Beastie has the Palace of Swabia. That's mainly where his villagers are going to come from. The second TC isn't as useful. It is still useful, don't get me wrong, because it is extra villagers that, you know, to allow him to catch up. He is at 104 workers now. And look at Wham, he's getting his Imperial Age techs. He's even getting the reinforced defense, and he's going for a Sacred Site victory here.
Yep. Beastie has that Bombard come out, gonna start sieging down the keep in the center on that 8K gold vein. Wham's making sure he does a great job of trying to mine it out ahead of time. And look at Beastie. He's having to move on to that gold. It's so crucial for him to get onto that right now.
Ooh, ran right into some spearmen and halbs. Definitely not what he wants to do. Wham does not want to lose this keep here.
Hand Cannoneers pushing forward, Horsemen pushing forward with it. Those Hand Cannoneers will do a lot of damage to the Bombard, but instead, they hit some villagers, got to kite back, tons of Spearmen to just be a tanky front line.
Now we do have a culverin coming out for Wham. It's already moving forward. We also see elite men-at-arms as well, which I'm assuming are going to be fully upgraded. This keep might go down, though.
Yeah, 2 bombards on it, and I mean those bombards are no joke over here. Villagers trying to repair, but just not repairing fast enough.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it alive for the culverin, which is slowly making its way over. I don't think he's going to be able to save this, though.
One more shot. Oh, BC has to pull back. He pulled back.
Yeah.
He keeps it alive.
Does keep it alive. Culverin is now officially out. BC's forced off gold once again. BC's pushing with his main army.
And he chops through the wood line. Couple of those men-at-arms were sieging down the wood line, but look at Beastie's army. He has the numbers. Wham might want to delete a few vills. Might want to start investing into some more military here.
Yep, and there goes the keep. It's officially going to die here. Look, Culverin War incoming. BC will win that Culverin War. They both send their villagers to repair. Almost kills it, but not quite. You know, Wham's just spamming units across. Like I said, he has secure. He is going for that Sacred Site victory. He did lose the keep in the center. Oh, and does lose the Culverin War.
Culverin gets taken out.
Look at the units streaming across for Wham, though. He has a ton of units just flooding across.
BC's trying to do the same, just doesn't quite have the same resource bank, starting to run lower, but Wham, this is where we know that, but Wham doesn't, so Wham starts to pull back. And Beastie gets a second to stabilize, doesn't have to keep this queue going.
Nice thing is, he did take most of that 1,500 gold. And he has the gold. He has the upper gold in the left-hand corner. He has the two small golds. So, you know, Wham still has plenty of gold left on the map. But it looks like a keep is going to be dropped down on here. And I anticipate that BC is going to decap that Sacred Site. And that Sacred Site timer should go away.
More horsemen trying to circle, trying to just continually be that thorn in Beastie's side.
And that keep is going to go up. Wham sees it again. A little too late. Not much he can do to deny it. Oh, wait. Wait, what?
You're wrong. It's not going up. There's so many units here. BC circles back. He realizes he can get it up. He's going to finish it.
I was going to be like, BC lost way more workers than he should have by overreacting to that. But, oh. Is boiling oil worth getting now? I don't even know.
I feel like this late in the game, yes. But early on, no.
Wham throwing away a lot of units here. Beastie, you know, Wham's gold is getting low. Now Beastie's starting to get that nice floating of resources, floating a lot of food. Not as much as Wham, but gold-wise, he's at 2k gold. And he's now officially decapping the Sacred Site.
Yeah, starting to get a lot of the other upgrades that he was missing. Wham still missing quite a few upgrades himself.
What upgrades? Oh yeah, Wham has not been getting his blacksmith techs. This is I've seen him and Puppy do this before. They kind of sometimes they forget about their Sacred Site techs for some reason.
Yeah, he's got plenty of gold income, especially earlier throughout when he had this massive bank, but just not really doing it yet. Sending some vills across the map. They were running through a keep, but honestly, might be helpful for Wham right now.
Wham pushing forward, going to engage this army. He does have 3 culverins, so he could, in theory, take this fight. Is probably going to lose that keep, though, would be my assumption. I mean, those
villagers building a TC behind it. Going to go for a quick emergency repair if they can get the TC up in time. He's also starting to take down one of the cannons.
Oh, BC hasn't noticed.
One culverin gets taken out. One bomber gets taken out. All he needs is one more. Emergency repairs alive. Is it up?
Yeah, it's going to survive.
Oh, he keeps it alive.
Oh, no. Okay. This is kind of a very close fight. Wait. Wham is losing another Sacred Site now. And BC does keep his bombard alive. And what is Wham going to do? He's trying to go for the Sacred Site victory, but I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, this Sacred Site is going to be decapped. And he doesn't have a bombard in a cannon emplacement, so this keep isn't doing as good as it should be, which is very unfortunate for Wham. And Wham's now, look at the resources. Wham is now not feeling very good about his resource count. He's not floating as much. Beastie's now, it's now swapped. Beastie has the gold bank, the food bank, and the wood bank, and stone bank too, really.
Yeah, it's just starting to take those good military trades where he's not losing units. Wham having to produce more units. Takes down one of the cannons, takes down a bunch of reinforcing units. Villagers there with it. Villagers are trying to build a keep up in this northern side near that other sacred site. But this time, Wham, he's got his whole mass here. I don't think Beastie can actually get this one up.
Yeah, I think this fight is going to go... Now, that keep does look like it's going to go up, though. At least I assume so. Yeah, there's no way it doesn't go up here. And actually, Beastie's going to start pushing in the center now. You know, Little Ram coming down there to do some damage. And yeah, Beastie's pushing with his whole army down the center. This keep, I mean, this keep doesn't really deny, it does deny actually that small golds, which could be a problem later on.
And Wham still has that 8k one, 7k left in it up at the top that he can grab. But I feel like Wham's biggest problem here is he needs more military than what he's had out. 50 units is not enough going up against what's on the other side.
Yeah, and that keep is not going to go down. We do see a siege workshop, so Wham could take that out later on. Might lose this culverin over here in the middle. And look at this, 4 rams incoming for Wham, coming up to that center keep.
And same thing going for Beastie, 3 rams. Now it's 2 on that front side where the town center is, but Wham sent men-at-arms to deal with that rather quickly. Beastie not yet pulling melee units and just now gets some men-at-arms for those rams himself.
And now Wham is struggling for gold. He needs that gold, and you know, he's got, like I said, he's got that big gold vein for 5,800 left, but once that's over, his generation is going to be gone, except for the 1 relic and the 2 sacred sites he has.
Wham, though, looks like he's finally gotten his mass up in the middle, won a good fight there, and has not 1, not 2, 6 rams running forward and trying to just take down everything in their path.
Yep, and look at Beastie's military. He just has a bigger... His military is stronger. I mean, these are Order of the Dragon units. These are not just casual, normal units, so... And the Bombard town, that Bombard keep is really, really saving Beastie's middle fight there. It's so hard to kill. Has a relic inside it. Rams are gone. That keep's going to survive. Wham's losing. Wham's starting to lose his keep on the north. And this is just looking worse and worse for him the longer the game goes.
Yeah, it felt like there was a point where not really much going for Beastie, but all of a sudden, Beastie full reboomed. He's got map control back. He's got that extra relic, and Wham just has been trying to get something going for him, and the sacred site was not enough.
Yeah, and I think this is where... yeah, we're seeing... Oh, yeah, and he's... You know, Wham never got that Bombard emplacement for the keep in the north. And that's very important. That's what makes these keeps so strong in the late game, is those cannon emplacements. So he might lose his Bombard here.
He's still sitting on 1 ranged armor, 2 ranged, or no, sorry, 1 melee armor, 2 ranged armor, and 2 ranged melee damage. Just no upgrades really for himself.
Oh, look at this. 17 men-at-arms just waltzing their way into Wham's base.
He does have that cannon emplacement there, so it will help deter a little, actually multiple cannon emplacements, but those are some tanky men-at-arms, not easy to deal with.
And villagers are pulled for Beastie, end up taking out that Bombard.
Emergency repair utilized at the outpost at home, and the men-at-arms just still doing their best to try to take it down. Denied, annoyed some economy. Wham looking like he's trying to stabilize himself. I think Beastie's planning on denying the trade. He knows Wham's about to be out of gold.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty obvious he's going to be out of gold soon. Wham's going to have to trade if he wants to get that gold generation back. And he's about to lose the north side. You know, there's still 3,000 gold in that big gold vein, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it.
Yeah, and Beastie, he actually took the small gold, took that other gold, so he just reclaimed 8k gold out of nowhere. And the whole entire top side of the map The middle keep did finally get taken down. There's a relic that Wham could steal and secure for himself.
Yeah, he could at least try. But again, without that gold income, he's in a lot of trouble. I mean, I think Wham is gonna, without gold, he's gonna be pretty dead, I think.
Yeah, you can already see his population has been struggling for a while. BC's sitting at 200, while Wham's sitting at 160. Earlier on, Wham was sitting at 200 with 7,000 food in the bank. Felt like there was nothing he could do wrong, but
and look at this.
BC's showing time and time again.
Wham is trying to grab the relic, but that's not going to happen. That prelate's going to die before it can even get a chance to do that. And look, and you know what? BC took it first anyway. And I think a lot of this...
9 Rams on the north for Beastie, that it's about to head towards Wham's west side of his base and try to just take down everything. 9 Rams, that takes a lot of time to deal with.
Yeah, and you know, this just kind of comes down to, I think, you know, losing the relics really sucks, and not having the bombard emplacements on any of his keeps, really painful there. As it just allowed Beastie realize that and was just able to fight under the keeps without having to worry about it, taking that splash damage.
Yeah, because he also doesn't have any range damage, so those keeps aren't doing any damage at all. He has no upgrades from the blacksmith on range damage. Like, this is Wham's biggest problem, was the blacksmith techs.
Yeah, and he's now down to below 100 villagers. Beastie is out of, I think, is Beastie out of wood? No, he still got wood up on the north, though he did lose all his villagers there. And, you know, Wham's trying to do what he can, but well, we'll see what he can do here.
I'm trying to find where Beastie's army is.
That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, he has a bunch of spears at the south. He does have 9 rams just taking out barracks in the north.
I feel like this is again where Beastie
base.
needs some less vills. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Yeah, they're in his base.
Next
Just kind
to
of.
the keep.
And these are land snakes, by the way. That's 12 land snakes.
Those are some cool looking units.
Yeah,
Elite gilded land snakes.
Yeah, not sure he's gonna be able to kill that. Still working on the 9 rams, taking out his infrastructure at home.
And Beastie's actually the one who started trade. He says, I realize there's no gold, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some gold for myself.
Yeah, Wham, and there's a keep on Wham's trade anyway, so he can't get he won't be able to secure trade until he takes out that keep.
And look how much production those 9 rams ended up taking down. There's like 8 or 9 dead production buildings on Wham's west side, like easily paying for themselves.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, look at 30 workers moving up north for Wham. Probably going to try to take that big gold, but again, another keep coming down for Beastie.
And he still has that keep with the relic inside towards that north side. Just allows that extra range, allows that extra tankiness and so much damage.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to, like Wham he's really low on resources. BC, you know, he's starting to get float resources once more. He's constantly maxed. And yeah, look at that. So BC, you know, Wham trying to deny the gold, the big gold, but that keep is up. We have 11 land snakes in the eco. And Wham doesn't know about the trade yet, but when he finds out...
He had some men-at-arms on the trade earlier on. I think he saw it.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah. When he killed all those wood villagers, there were a couple traders that ran by and he killed some traders too. Oh, the land snakes are going to be on the villagers on the keep on the west.
Oh, they just slaughter those... Oh my god. Oh my god, that's
over.
a
Yeah, that's game.
I mean, it's been game for a while, I think.
Yeah, but it's just cooler to say it like that, you know. That's the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, we still see 9 land snakes in the south side, or in Wham's farm line.
Wham, though, he's also sending some units into Beastie's eco, not letting this go down easy. Took down another keep that had a relic inside, but he wasn't as ready like Beastie was, where he had a prelate there immediately able to pick it up.
Yeah, very, it's kind of an interesting game where I feel like Wham was in a very good position in the middle, but Beastie being Beastie was able to bring it back. And, once Beastie gets to the late game, there's not many players who can compete with him in the super late game. He just plays it so well. And I think he was just able to close this out. And really at this point, Wham has no food bank. His food per minute is 1,200. And Beastie's just floating so much, has trade going. I just don't see a way in which Wham can win this. Like, even if he killed all these gold villagers, Beastie is still going to have 100 villagers and trade.
Yeah, and well, Beastie's also doesn't even care about really losing those villagers, I feel like. He's like, yes, I'm just trying to make sure you don't get that gold. Wham does sneak some villagers and able to finish up this keep.
Yeah, does finish off the keep, so that, that 1,400 gold won't be his any longer. Would have preferred to definitely be up on the market, though, to really deny that trade, I think.
Yeah, the key here, though, Beastie's the one still sitting at 200 pop, while Wham at 138 and just hasn't been able to climb back up into those high numbers.
Yeah, and BC this game has killed 180 workers, and Wham has killed 115. Definitely been a worker-heavy killed game. No mercy for the poor workers.
Now, I wouldn't want to be a worker for either of these players. Speaking of worker kills, Beastie has another raiding party hitting those chapel farms, and a lot. We're about to see that worker kill count get even higher.
Yeah, and we do see, again, Wham never got his blacksmith upgrades. He kind of got one of it. He's got his ranged defense for castle, and then that was it. Hasn't made another one since.
And just like that, 180 turns into 200 in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. And, at this point, I'm sure Wham knows that he's lost this game. It's one of those situations where, he's probably a little angry at himself. Because it's one of these games where he probably felt he was in a very good position, and then BC was able to take it back. And those games can be pretty frustrating, especially when you were such a, he was in a very good spot for a while there.
Yep. Now, though, sitting, all of his food is just getting crushed right now. So that's why he's not able to stabilize, not able to climb back on the military count. And BC's just not let him breathe. We see 23 workers pulled to the east side. I think Wham's trying to secure the east to get the market, maybe get some trade set up. But all those workers will just end up falling.
Yeah, these workers, they're just going to kill that. BC took care of the horseman on his trade. How many traders does he have? He has 18 traders already. Look at the Beastie Wololo. I mean, there's not really much else to say about this game. We
see the end in sight. It's just when is it going to end up happening?
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Is this game is this game's definitely over. I mean, if Wham made a comeback from here, I mean that would be the craziest comeback I think of all time at this point in the game.
BC's getting pretty close to wonder resources in his bank over here. I don't know about it. Wham still hadn't hit that 150 pop, hasn't been even close in a good little bit here. He's been trying to stop the trade, trying to raid eco, trying to do something, but just hasn't been able to do so. Running out of wood, running out of resources himself.
Yeah, someone in the chat bet a kidney or two. I did almost lose a kidney on stream betting on a game once that almost went the opposite direction. And look at Beastie. He knows the game's over, and he's even making extra walls, just probably kind of being like, all right, Wham, come on. The game's over.
I mean, what else do you do with 7,000 wood? You might as well. You should write some words, make a story over here.
Yeah. And all right, Wham calls GG. Beastie takes the series 2-1, where he will face Anatan in the grand finals.
The grand finals, it is right after this.
Look at that resource tab. 90,000 food for Wham, 41,000 for
The key here is going to be the KDA. It's just like Wham was not there was a point where Wham was taking really good trades, and then there was a point where he just swapped to Horseman, never got off the Horseman, I feel like, and was just like throwing them away for attempted eco. But once Swabby is up, once there's 3 other town centers, killing villagers doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it also comes down to, and this is where the unfamiliarity, right? You know, with 6 new civs and so many new matchups, so many combinations, you know, what unit composition should you make against Order of the Dragon as HRE against Order? Who knows? Like, I mean, maybe, you know, Horseman obviously wasn't the play, right? Horseman ended up not, you know, the Horseman didn't really do too much. Maybe it would have been better if he'd gone mass. I mean, I don't even know. Like, what is the unit composition you're supposed to make there?
I mean, I felt like the key was the timing that Wham had. There was a point where Wham threw away, I want to say, like 15 knights, and I don't know if he picked up anything for it. So throwing away that many resources is huge. He had a huge Vill lead and just kind of didn't keep up the pressure after it. And it was one where Beastie, he's just, there's a reason why people talk about him being that great comeback player. Is he is the one where we've seen it time and time again.
No, yeah, and like I was saying, he's definitely someone that in the late game, you don't want to play Beastie in the late game. His late game is one of the best, if not the best, in AoE 4. At least so. I mean, Wham played well, though. I mean, like I said, that was a great series. Both players played that fantastically. It was, I would say, a pretty action-packed series in general.
Streamed and Bright just subscribed.
Oh, my alerts are bugged. Thank you very much, Crackety, for the 5 gifted subs. Thanks for all the follows. Thanks, Roland, for the tier 1. Thanks, Lemon Pepper, for gifting a sub. And I think someone gave me a Prime sub, but I don't remember who it was. I apologize, not showing on my list. Thank you very much. So before we go into the finals, I am going to be right back in just a minute, and then we will be going to the grand finals where we have Beastie versus Anno
Chad.
TubeCough just subscribed.
Anno Chad. The big thing here is I'm excited to see the best of 5s because now we're going to see some different Civ matchups potential. It might not just be the Order and Byzantines being used right off the bat. You might want to give some other options first.
Yeah, exactly. So before we go into this... Oh, that was a delayed reaction by my...
Gifted 5 subs to viewers.
All right.
Better late than never.
Better late than never, exactly. All right. I'll be right back in 1 second, fellas. Then we'll go straight into the finals. I'm sure BC and Anatan are almost ready, I would assume.
I would assume the same. It won't be too long. If not, they're going to get those drafts, get those maps set on up, and we'll see what we have in store. Everyone wish Blade a happy birthday.
Yeah, I'll be right back 1 minute.
All right. Sniper, should we go ahead and get a prediction? Actually, I guess we should wait and see the civs first before prediction. But really, really solid series there from Wham and Beast. A really fun one. Obviously, a good opportunity for either player to close it out to end it on early, but was able to just... But, you know, who's the worst Civ? Then is it Byzantines? I mean, it's Order and Byzantines. I think currently it's Order. I think Byzantines is less figured out, but I think they have more figuring out to do.
All right, I am back.
Doggos are good. They're in the other room watching football by themselves, I think.
Yeah, so we have... what was I going to say? Yeah, no... Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. Do appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of calls on my phone that I've been ignoring.
Oh, he's been getting a lot of presents.
Yeah, you could say that. Okay. Deal with all that. That's a later problem. That's an after the finals problem that we're about to go on. Who's the worst civ then? Is it Byzantines? It's got to be, right? It's hard to say who the worst civ is, honestly. I think it's, I mean,
I said order. I said Byzantines is still has things to be figured out, so they'll be fine.
yeah, that's kind of how I think. Let's make sure. Are they drafting? Let's see.
I feel like that's also one where one little slight upgrade to Byzantines could really make them OP and very, very scary.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it'll be. Thank you very much, Charlie Mayer. Thank you, Timatoris. I think it's also one of those things. Like I said, they just need time to be figured out. I think Byzantines is probably going to take a little bit to get figured out. You know, you need some Chad who just really likes to mess with build orders and strategy and all that stuff to really figure it out. I definitely won't be one of them, but I will try my best.
Byzantine farms are a bait. You know,
I mean, you
they're
need
olive
farms
groves.
eventually.
You have to get food somehow.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Just take your opponent's farms.
All right, now at this point, we just gotta wait for. I don't know if they're taking a break. I can invite you. Yeah, we still have a little bit. I don't think BC's started yet.
Cool. We will. I think it's not only the break. I bet you they're actually trying to think a little bit more and game plan more for the best of fives and really think about what their civ selection should end up being, and same thing with their map preferences too with it.
Yeah, if BC couldn't report, I moved him on to the finals. So let him know he should be good now. In terms of... What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and, you know, it is a best of 5, right? So we're going to see Byzantines Order the Dragon, but we're going to see other civs, too.
Mm-hmm. We are going to, for sure, at least see 2 other civs. Well, actually, I guess it's 1, because it could be a mirror. Or the same civ. But... hey, I think we're gonna see a lot more than that out there. We saw Wham choose Sushi for BC in the first game, and it almost ended up paying off for him, getting him on the order on the last one, but just couldn't quite close it out.
Yeah, I mean it ends up happening, right? Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm being an unprofessional streamer as I respond to a text real quick. I know. Professional
How
streamer.
could you on your birthday
Caster.
too?
I know.
We are starting whenever the game starts, so we are at the player's mercy over here. And you know they're getting some things set up. They're getting everything set up and in place, and we're not going to be too far away.
Yeah, we should be starting soon. Just gotta wait for Beastie and Anatan to, you know, do what they gotta do. Gotta say, thank you everyone who's been tuning in so far. Thanks for all the subs and you know, following and all that. You know, we hit 800 viewers in that last game, I believe, and that's without any raids at all. So that's pretty sweet. And that's let me rephrase. That's after my internet died too.
Shoot out some fun facts in the meantime. I have no fun facts.
What is the Bohemia map mod called? It's just called Bohemia.
Bohemia. What a great map.
My favorite map. The best map in Age of Empires 4. And this map will always be in my tournaments.
It's not opinionated by any means. That is everyone. Look, you can ask anyone and everyone. It's always going to be Bohemia.
Look, and I wasn't even biased when I rated this 5 stars. I just saw this map and knew it was an amazing map.
Mm-hmm. No bias at all.
Yeah, we're not biased here. No one's ever biased for their own creations.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh. Oh, hi, Anatan. What are you doing? This is the wrong group. BC's getting it now? Sweet.
That was a little bit of a misclick, but you know, he can join our group if he wants.
I mean, he can't really. He's got to, you know, get into the finals. No, Zero, you did miss the semifinals, Zero, but we are just about to start the finals. I believe Beastie and they both checked in. And have they chosen their civs yet? Let's find out. We'll find out together. Okay, they're doing that now, so they're just about to pick their civs. Yes, the finals isn't the same day.
Scores 1-1 Louis versus Anton. Correct. Good job, Nightbot. Thank you very much.
The score will be up on top too once the games actually start.
Yeah, it's 0-0. Finals hadn't started yet, but the games beforehand, we saw Anton 2-0.
Whoa! Okay, guys, are you guys ready for the first match?
Oh, I'm ready now. With that reaction.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. Beastie chose Mongols for Anatan, and Anatan chose John d'Arc for Beastie.
What? Whoa! This was, you could have given me 15 guesses. I wouldn't even gotten close. I don't think I would have named either of those civs on the matchup.
The thing is, so for those who haven't watched my previous tournaments with this map, Mongols has been the most popular pick on this map, despite there only being 2 small stone croppings. Is a fun fact. So I find it very interesting that BC gave Anatan Mongols. But then I'm also shocked that Anatan gave Beastie John d'Arc.
I mean, I have no words to say it. I'm just ready to see it. I mean, this is an exciting first game to the finals, and you know, they're living up to the expectations just with the Civ picks so far.
Yeah, and now someone says you can't tower rush John d'Arc, but yeah, you can. John d'Arc doesn't get level 2 till Feudal Age, and usually the tower is up before Feudal Age is complete.
Yep. Yeah, it's usually like what 4:45, 5 minutes when John's hitting level 2, and
yeah,
that tower is definitely up before then. Unless somehow you I forgot what the cheat is, and you have cheats enabled to give John free XP. So
although a good question is how strong is John d'Arc's villager? I actually don't know the stats. We'll find out in a second. I guess we can look at it there. That's correct. The map has no trade posts.
So we're going to see some nice old deer stones.
And we're going to go right into it. They started. Let's get in. Let's start the game number 1. John d'Arc versus Mongols. Oh, this is going to be exciting.
It kicked me. I don't have the mods on this account. You're going to have to reload it.
I have to reload it? You.
There's going to be a delay. Don't worry.
No, there is no delay.
Oh, well.
Because they, since BC's streaming, I require, if streamers are not going to put a delay, then they can't delay the games either.
Oh, that makes sense. All right,
because
well, now we're going to be in it.
Because we don't want to be 5 minutes behind.
Yeah.
BC said he chose Mongols because this map doesn't have trade. I mean, I figured that's probably why. But I still think it's an interesting decision because even when this map had trade posts, Mongols was still chosen with and without. Like even in Conqueror's Cup, which had no trade posts on any map, Mongols was chosen every time on this map. It was very rare not to see Mongols on this map.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those that Mongols, they have a lot of economy with deer stones with 2TC if that's what they want to do, but enough of that. We'll see what the game plan is, what the action's going to be, because game number 1 of the finals will be getting going.
So I'm just looking at John's villager attack. It doesn't really, I guess because she's not attacking, it doesn't show the melee damage.
Did you swap soon?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm a professional caster. I would never not do that.
Yeah, no, that was a question, you know.
But it looks like
but-
it has the same stats as a normal villager. It looks like so. Right, 2.88 3-bow attack speed. Oh, almost lost the con.
That would have been some early GGs in the chat, but getting some good vision of Jean's base.
Okay, well let's take a look. Wow, that gold very kind of far out of the town center range.
Kinda. And where's the second gold?
Yeah, the second gold's way out there. So pretty much one tower denies both gold mines here.
Yeah, and that first initial tower too, with the placement of it, you can almost maybe even deny some of the berries and still deny the gold too.
One thing is Jeanne d'Arc does have triple the health of a normal villager, so maybe it's a little better to hold off tower rush. I almost feel like it'd be better to go horseman here instead of spears, because Jeanne d'Arc never, like, French never opens up Dark Age spears. And I feel like horsemen kill villagers a lot better than spearmen do.
I mean, I don't know if your goal is to kill villagers. I think your goal is to just get the outpost up. Yes, Jean's a little tankier, but if French pulls vills to burn that outpost early or whatever it may be, then I don't think Jean's the focus. It's just regular villagers.
Yeah, but I mean, horsemen have that bonus versus villagers is why, whereas spearmen technically don't. It was more of my thought process.
Yeah. But anyways, the villager making its way across the map. He's got 10 meat in hand too. Anatan might have dropped that extra 10 food off.
Yeah, and so we're gonna see, here comes the villager. It's gonna do a nice little tower right here. BC surely has to be expecting this. We'll find out in a moment. 2 spears have made it across, 3rd on the way.
And here it goes, Anatan.
I like how he showed the villager yeah, I'm building an outpost. Oh, he doesn't have the wood yet.
Now he does. And BC's actually going back. He wants to get enough, I think enough gold for something. I don't know exactly what it is.
For a
Cancels
night.
the mining camp.
He wants to get enough for a night.
I don't know if he's going to though. Will he? 8, 7.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
I think he's like 4 away.
I think he is 2. Yeah, he's gonna be 2 away. Needs 2 gold to get that knight.
Oh my gosh.
How many sheep did Anatan? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Only 7 sheep for Anatan though. He did not find many sheep, whereas Beastie found 13 so far, or 12. 11.
That is a huge advantage for him. Obviously, Anatan could end up dropping the pastures. Oof.
I thought he was
got a little close to the town center.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna just lose it, and I was gonna be like, oh no.
Beastie picking up another sheep behind Anatan's base.
2 more spears coming across the map. And now here's the thing. Where's Beastie's gold? It's all in the center. This map really encourages, this kind of map control type of thing. So he either has to go to the right corner or the middle to get gold now. Of course, he's just going to most likely focus the outpost and then retake his gold is probably the best play, though.
Yeah, is this one of the ones where we saw like the old days where you pump out a couple scouts and pull the boys and go burn the outpost?
Might be. Of course, this will have 4 spearmen in there. Score is 0-0. This is the first game of the finals.
And that outpost is in range to deny the berries as well, as I was mentioning. So gets a great location for this outpost. And Beastie, see what his reaction's going to be. He still just got Joan as the solo villager building that age up. So just getting the max amount of XP right now.
Someone just said that no, textiles is actually 100 gold. It's not 98. Oh yeah, the overlay does say that, doesn't it? Let's change that to best of 5. There we 35 guys, not even a best of 5. Just kidding.
Best of 35. We're in it. We're gonna be here for a while. I might have to get some rest, some sleep here and there, but This is Anatan.
he's been playing very well lately. I mean, I think he made it to the top 8 in the Empire Wars, and I think he made top 16 in the last normal tournament.
I believe he was the next one up as far as automatic qualifier would go. And
Yes.
Jean moving out to take the boar. So Beastie wanting to get that XP. Khan will be able to scout it out, but just not going to be there in time. There's even a horseman arriving. But again,
Yep.
Jean secures up that 50 XP for herself.
Yeah, now, are we going to see... okay, Stable is coming down, so we should see Keshik shortly. You know, right now, BC doesn't have a way to take gold, so he can't make even a single knight. He's starting to gather stone, double producing archers. Now, the danger to making these archers is, yeah, I mean, Keshik's, well, ooh, he's going to lose that horseman to the... or, yeah, he's going to lose that horseman, I think.
It's at 2 health. 1 health. Khan takes it down.
And here comes the first Keshik, which pretty much counters Beastie's entire army. Although, then again, you can't forget about the woman at arms. She probably can take out a Keshik, you know, with how strong she is.
She does do a good amount of extra damage with the Holy Wrath, which is why you definitely don't want to be fighting her with spears and actually be taking big engagements anyways, just because you don't want her XP to skyrocket too much too early. But Anatan, I mean, he's really kept this first outpost, you know, untouched. He's not really going to have to worry about it, and Beastie's just going to go on to a second TC, it looks like.
Yeah, and I assume Beastie's got to be deciding to take out this outpost here shortly. I'm kind of surprised he's not putting more effort on it yet. But I can't imagine it being too much longer. We do see another Keshik on the way. Surprised Anatan hasn't moved his stable to the stone so we can start double producing Keshik.
Yep. And we just saw BC consecrate his TC, so now his villager is only going to be costing 37 food per.
Yep, decides to do that instead of on his, you know, on his school of cavalry. And it makes sense, right? If you think about it, that's almost an Abbasid cost for a villager. Abbasids pay what, 32 with fresh foodstuffs, and it's 37 for Jeanne d'Arc now.
Anatan gets a good vision, good scouting of the mass of archers that BC had. 12 archers already seen and spotted out.
Seeing an interesting place for an outpost by Anatan. I feel like he should place that a little bit more forward so he can really get that deer protected, but otherwise fine. Oh, is going to get a villager kill here with that Keshik.
Yeah, picks up, denies that wall on the north of Beastie's base. Beastie pulling all of his archers that way. And Beastie's trying to secure his second TC location, it looks like.
Yeah, and he is also doing a little raid because the gold is not under the town center, so Anatan is now officially off gold for the moment. Maybe he'll make a couple spears and just keep him by his gold. That would save him from the raids. And I wonder, you know, I know there hasn't been too much action for John, so she shouldn't be that close to level 3, obviously, but be curious what Beastie's like follow-up is. He's about to have wood for the second town center. And then what's Anatan planning on doing here?
Jean's about a third of the way up to the next level.
Okay. And once she gets level 3, she's insanely scary.
Oh, Beastie getting another raid in. One villager getting taken down to 8 health and gets cleaned up. So 1-to-1 on the villager kills.
Yeah, second TC is officially coming up. You know, pushing in the deer, killing the deer. And
I love this move. Look at Anatan in the middle. He just takes the boar.
Yep, definitely the best play here. Really wish he would. I feel like he should have a lot more Keshiks. I don't think he like if I was in Anatan's position, I feel like the play is to go mass Keshik, Archer, Spear, and he knows that BC's not on gold, so he doesn't have to worry about knights. And I feel like this is the time to really put on that pressure, like start tower, like maybe adding more towers, really pushing the French opponent.
Khan is able to scout out that second TC. So one thing I love is when you're actually able to scout when the second TC finishes, because now Anatan knows, okay, this is when he will slowly start pulling ahead in the villager lead if he's not doing damage or not doing something on his own end.
Yeah, and it looks like Anatan is also, you know, he did leave a couple spears to protect his archers. Or his gold villagers. I like that. I almost am wondering if he's going to start going for focus on that castle age instead of being aggressive here in feudal.
Yeah, that could easily be the play because once he's castled, he's stuck. I mean, he's still not onto the gold yet. He hasn't pulled like the melee mass to go take down that outpost yet, and still only has 5 horsemen to do so.
Yeah, it's very interesting that, you know, he's still, like, BC doesn't seem to have any intention on retaking his gold. He seems completely content where he's at. And I'm very curious when BC's going to decide to take that gold, because he's got to be somewhat worried that Anatan might be going for that castle age. Because
Anatan able to deter a few horsemen there in the middle. That was fine. Nice little pickup on the damage. But yeah, I think you're exactly right.
I think Anatan's game plan, honestly, should be just to deny gold. Okay, it looks like BC he's pulling workers. He's going to take out this tower and retake his gold. And imagine if Anatan's army was right by there. He could stop this from happening. And this is going to be experience for John as well.
Yep.
Now he's
Just
moving
a
his
little
army
late.
across, but a little late in moving that army across. And I think it's a big mistake by Anatan here.
One of the things, though, this does at least, I think he picked up 2 villagers for that and picks up a horseman as well. So it could have been a lot worse. And actually keeps 3 of the spears alive.
Yeah, so that's nice. He kept 3 spears. A raid attempt in the back, but denied by the Keshik. And what is Anatan going to do here? Because now BC's going to start getting that gold, and I assume we're going to start seeing knights mixed in.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Anatan knows exactly where he needs the pressure, and he has the numbers right now. Look, he's got 38 to 28, and his is he not only does he have the numbers, he has the quality too. He has Keshiks. As long as he doesn't take too much damage from Jean's ability with the Holy Wrath, he should win this pretty handily.
Yeah, I think he's scared. Like, he's a little scared to take this engagement. He's playing very, very passive. It's very, like, not how I expected him to play this game, but also, to be fair, I don't know how familiar Anatan is with Mongols. I don't know if he plays Mongols very much, or what, but he does take BC off that gold once more, and BC is forced back. Seeing more and more archers, spears, blacksmith techs coming in. You know, BC has a blacksmith, but he doesn't have any, you know, he gets the free +1 melee, but he doesn't have anything else. First knight does come out, and that's all BC can afford is 1 knight.
Yeah, and those blacksmith techs, when you're on archers, it matters significantly. When we're talking about ranged armor, ranged damage, and having 2 extra, I mean, these fights get swung massively. And that's exactly what we see coming in. First range armor, next comes range damage, and the Keshiks are going to be that much harder to take out from the archers, and you're really going to have to rely heavily on the spears.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with Jeanne d'Arc is what makes her so powerful with this melee version with the Holy Wrath is usually she has a lot of knights with her, and spears just kind of get countered by that because of the Wrath ability. But since BC can't really utilize a lot of knights, he's not able to take advantage of that, and Anatan's just retreating.
Yeah, I think he spotted out the knight and horseman that were trying to come across the map, as BC typically does when he's behind. Send some knights across, try to get some return raids, try to get some sort of return damage.
Yeah, I feel like Anatan's playing a little too scared here. Like, he could have at least killed, you know, he could have gotten free burn damage for the mining camp, the house. I really feel like he could be denying this gold for a lot longer. Now BC can freely go back to gold. And what's Anatan's plan now? I thought he was going to go castle for a moment, but then he spent his resources. It is going to be a raid on his gold.
And BC does lose a Keshik there by the gold, or Anatan loses a Keshik by the gold mine. BC was able to pick it up and resecure that gold for himself. So immediately moves out again. 14, 16, 17 villagers headed out back to that gold, but the second TC is left alone right now.
Yeah, it looks like Anatan doesn't care about the fire, about the arrow fire from the second TC. He's still going to burn that down, but he can't fight under that. BC does have a pretty solid army, so he's not going to be able to burn this down. And this feels like out of all the engagements Anatan's could have done, this is probably one of the worst he could do.
Yeah, but as you say that, he is taking the engagement. Spears, though, diving onto that front line for BC. BC wanting to take that fight. The Holy Wrath does such a good job of clearing
and
the
now it's
spears on the
level
other
3.
side. Keshik circle level 3 happens though, and the minute arms pop out, and now this is all but game, it feels like, for Anatan, as level 3 is such a big swing.
Yeah, and look at that. He's just holy wrathing every unit he can. All those archers are significantly hurt, and I'm not sure why Anatan chose this as his fight. Like, he might be able to clean up all the archers, and maybe he's somehow going to still win this? I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. That killed 5 archers.
Oh my god! That last Holy Wrath ability is the one that cleaned it up. And the key is, I feel like if he had done this in front of the gold mine, he still has Beastie in the exact position he wants.
Yeah, if it was on the gold mine, I think he's in a better position. And instead, Anatan's now down military. Like, there's no way he's going to kill Jeanne d'Arc. And now he lost his whole army, and again, probably the worst engagement he could have taken.
Yeah, this one feels really bad. Anatan, he's down 14 villagers because of that second TC on Beastie's side. He's actually dropping a second TC now himself, but I feel like that's just too late. He doesn't have any pastures, doesn't have any stable food eco. Beastie doesn't really either, but he still has some berries that he's on and just moved out to his home initial berries that never got taken because of the outpost.
Yeah, and look at how, like, so even despite that fight, imagine if Anatan had just secured Beastie not taking any more gold. Anatan, like, Beastie can't win that fight without Town Center Fire. Like, that Town Center was really, really beneficial. And if it wasn't for that, I think, like, if they fought in the middle of the map, I think Anatan smashes that fight. But
yep,
and that's just not the spot he wanted to be at.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, it's essentially 7 more archers there helping Beastie out, in a sense.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be very curious on his decision-making there, or, you know, again, and maybe Anatan's not as familiar with Mongols. Again, players are choosing civs that they think their opponent's not very good at, and maybe he's not aware. Maybe, I don't know how much Mongols Anatan plays, but I at this point, the game's pretty much over. I mean, it's almost a 20-villager lead. Military lead is almost triple for Beastie. Beastie's regained his gold. He's taken care of the Keshiks. He's taken out the forward outposts from Anatan. He's getting a lot of XP for Jeanne. And I'm not sure...
I mean, the longer this stays feudal now, the better it is for Beastie. He's already gotten the remap control. He's up military by a significant amount. And Jeanne, in 80 seconds, is about to have the men-at-arms spawn again. Is having Holy Wrath ability come back, and I mean, again, Jeanne is now in her sweet spot.
Yep. And at this point, you know, she might hit level 4 soon, with how many kills she's had this game. And Beastie, you know, he's starting to float gold now. You know, after being gold starred for the entire game, he finally has it. Anatan is on this second boar. And I think he might be about to lose 8 villagers, though, because I think Beastie knows. Look at those units. They're coming towards those villagers.
They're headed right towards the boar, and it's not just a little. That's all of Beastie's army headed that way. Those 8 villagers are 100% going down, and that is a crucial point of Anatan's eco right now, and more XP for Jeanne yet again.
Yep. And Anatan calls the game. Game number 1 goes over to Beastie.
And it wasn't an easy one by any means. He just kind of played it slow and methodically. Felt like Anatan had multiple spots that he could have taken advantage of, but decided to take the fight under the TC. Beastie held it great, and the Holy Wrath usage by Beastie was incredible.
Yep. It's a... Yeah, and look at that BC. I mean, look at that gold. It's almost double in favor of Anatan. You know, almost 2,000, I should say, not double.
Even still, crazy game, and this is one that I feel like when you hear about the Jeanne matchup, it's like you can't fight, And it's like no. Actually, Anatan's problem was he didn't take the fight earlier. He should have taken multiple fights earlier on, but I felt like he was hesitant. He was scared to do so. There was a point where he had, I think it was 38-28, and was sitting in front of the gold and had Keshiks with his compared to no knights. It was an easy wipe, and as Blade said, could have secured that location.
Yeah, because I do think he could have denied that gold indefinitely. I mean, he had such a military advantage. And now I'm curious what game number 2 is going to be. So we've got Jeanne d'Arc and Mongols.
Now do we go back to the original? Is it back to
Yeah.
Byzantine
Are we
order
get-
now that
are-
we've gotten 2 out of the way?
Yeah, are we getting Byzantines in order now?
Took the worst fight possible. Hey, it was
It-
by the time he
but-
took the fight, it was.
But I will state, Anatan did lose, lost that game. He did take the worst fight he could have possibly taken. But, again, it's easy to say as a caster and as an observer. As a player, maybe he's feeling nervous. He is playing against Beastie, right? Beastie is a very good player. And, it could be very easy to overthink situations because of it.
Yeah, a lot of times you're hesitant in those fights because you don't really think you're ahead. He might not have realized how far ahead he was, what position he was actually in, and that sometimes is just respecting your opponent a little too much. But now, soon enough, we'll be getting to see what those next civilization choices are gonna end up being.
Yeah, apparently their games crashed, so we'll have to wait a minute. What map did they... I wonder what map they chose. Okay, they're going forts.
Forts. All right. This is one where, again, I remember yesterday, I think we saw Abel on this map pretty consistently, which was surprising. But today we already saw this map, and it was the typical Biz versus Order matchup. And that was one where Wham was able to take the victory actually against Beastie.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Byzantine mirror on forts.
Yeah, I think this is where you mentioned after the last game that you felt like Byzantine was this was not a great map for them, and I think that's where the players agree, and that's why they chose it for their other side.
Yep, I agree. I think that's exactly why they did it. Looks like they are going into the next game. Hopefully they didn't forget observer mode, otherwise they'll have to restart. Okay, nope, they didn't. Let's get into the action.
Oh, there we go.
I am hosting this tournament, Mr. Green. The tournament was completely community funded, but I'm the one who hosted it, ran it, done all the stuff for it. We're gonna have our first Byzantine mirror in this tournament, at least that we've casted. Oh, did I switch? Please tell me I switched. I did. I knew it. I'm a good caster and observer. Thank you, Mr. Greens. All right.
Pro streamer. We all know.
Professional streamer, professional caster, everything all in one. All right, so here we go. We have the Byzantine mirror. Beastie obviously on the right side and Anatan on the left side. And, last time we saw Byzantines on this map was... Oh, that was Wham versus a Beastie, actually, and Wham was a very pretty one-sided game. Just because, again, it did come down to kind of the map spawn, but it also came down to the fact that Byzantines just doesn't feel very good on this map, I feel like. Although if we look at the spawns now, this feels like a pretty balanced spawn. Both players have access to a boar, deer, and berries next to them.
Yeah,
And-
the parallel spawns was it felt a little bit different. It felt like a lot of the resources were like much further off.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like this is a little bit more of a balanced spawn than the last time we saw this map. And I'll be curious what both players go here. So this matchup, what I've been doing is I have been going for, if I play a Byzantine Mirror, which I've only played a few, I would go Fast Castle, Hippodrome plus the Water Cistern one, Mass Cataphracts.
All right. Well, let's see what they got in store. I know I mentioned this on the last one. The Cisterns on a map like Forts, it is very, very strong right off the bat as all your initial resources are in the influence.
Yeah, and so, yeah, both players obviously getting that down. And I wonder if they're both going to go, like, oh, it's going to be so interesting. Are they both going to go 2 town centers? Are they going to do something else? Who knows? Oh, I need to update the scoreboard. Which we have Beastie at 1-0 at the moment.
Yes, we do. And
Beastie,
currently just heading into this mirror matchup, and we're gonna see if there's gonna be any differences. The Hippodrome for Anatan and Beastie with the winery. I love it.
Here we go, a difference. Now, someone says BC got screwed with his spawn. I don't see how BC got screwed with his spawn. His spawn's just the same. They have both a close boar and deer and berries.
Yeah,
I guess there's a little bit of
I
guess there's a little bit of extra wood for Anatan, but
not really. If
But
you look
not
at
really.
BC's north side, there's a massive amount of wood and a gold vein. It's dead even. I mean, I don't see any favorable positioning for either side.
only 3 deer packs by Anatan. I mean, this one's in between both of them though. This is
Both
not.
the ones in the middle. Just draw a line down the center. They're both in the middle.
Yeah, this is very close. Yeah, this is like both. This isn't even for either one, I'd say.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah, anyway.
Hippodrome versus Winery. This is where Beastie obviously wants to, we've seen him go second TC, which he's moving over to the stone now, and this makes him very vulnerable. As once the Hippodrome finishes, we're going to see some horsemen moving out, and not only does that mean Beastie's going to need to invest into some spears and whatnot, but that means the second TC location probably won't be as prime as he wants it.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. BC's going for, yeah, as you said, BC's going for that second TC. Anatan so far doesn't look like he's going to. I think he's going to go more of a cavalry focus, obviously, and then I think might even do a fast castle off this,
Yeah.
maybe.
I wouldn't hate it by any means. He's going ahead chopping some stragglers, dropping that mill on the berries to start getting some olive oil for himself. And these horsemen, I mean, we know if the upgrade comes through that they can do an extra bit of damage to villagers and help that snowball getting gold.
Yeah, so here comes the first horseman running out on the field.
Oh my gosh. Click Control F and look at BC's vision.
Yeah, I did. BC hasn't even scouted his opponent, so he has no idea what landmark Anatan's come up with yet. He has scouted, the resources, a lot of the important things, but this horseman might be a surprise to him. And what has Anatan scouted? If we look at Anatan, he's scouted Beastie, so he knows, but he doesn't have his scout with his horseman.
Yeah.
So BC's about to find out. And BC's age up is really late.
He went for the super economic age up with just 2 villagers. The horseman has arrived. It's in TC range already. But now Beastie, he's forced to delay the second TC, having to drop the barracks. And Anatan, he's only made 1 horseman at this point. So, oh no, he's made 2. And now this is where Beastie, he drops a quick wall on the backside.
Yeah, drops a little quick wall. Very nice. Has the barracks, so he'll be able to get a better TC spot. But if Anatan were to make a range, which he is right now, if he gets his archery range and can get some archers out, then he can definitely, cause some trouble. Thing is, these spears are going to be out first. And
Beastie, second cistern.
yes, I like that, actually. He knows he has a lot of extra stone. No reason not to throw that down.
The stone's inside a TC range, so is the wood line. Everything's inside a TC range right now, so the thing for Beastie is, like, his villagers are safe from these horsemen, yes, but all of the resources he's gathered, they're not being dropped on a second TC yet, and I doubt he wants to drop that second TC right next to his other.
Yeah, we see archers immediately being rallied across. Anatan he knows his goal. Anatan has a goal in mind. He wants to prevent BC from getting a good second TC location.
And look at where his spout for Anatan is right now. It's sitting, waiting on the deer, waiting on the berries. It's exactly where Beastie's going to want to drop that second TC, and he's got 12 villagers moving out there now.
And I think he'll be able to get it down. The horsemen are way out of position. You'll notice they're on the other side of where BC's going to end up putting it. And the archer, 1 archer doesn't kill spearmen that fast. So these 2 spearmen will easily be able to drive off the horsemen and the archers. So this TC should go up, and I think BC's going to be very happy. He's going to have berries and deer off of this 1 town center.
Yeah, he's going ahead now. He's getting the hardened Limitani, so getting that upgrade at the perfect timing. TC's about halfway there. The board doesn't quite reach in range to cause that annoyance either. Great brace by those Limitani. Scout gets focused. Scout gets taken down. And the archer arrives just a second too late.
And Anatan kind of wasted his triumph ability. He used it, lost his scout, and now he's not going to have those points for a long time. Like, it takes a long time to really build this up.
One thing he could do, though, and I've seen him do this, is just even double down on this all in. Go ahead, drop some Rams, and second, like basically second, like make this TC completely segmented off from the other one.
And it looks like Anatan is going to go for the boar. He's throwing down another archery range, throwing down his second cistern, a little bit later than Beastie's second cistern, but is throwing it down. And so it looks like he's going to commit to a feudal all-in here. He is not going to commit to a castle timing.
Yep. And it's another wall built on the back side over here, going to not allow these archers to circle back around.
Yep, very smart. This is like very smart play here, because this prevents... Yeah, because otherwise archers here would be able to deny this deer pack, which would be very annoying for Beastie. Oh, Anatan almost lost another horseman there.
A lot of damage, though, that was taken from that Limitani. And the horseman, this is the big problem with this map, though. He can't be aggressive to the original gold, really. It's like, yeah, he gets a little bit of damage, but then it gets turned right back. And oh no, he runs into 2 Limitani. Almost loses that horseman as well. So I feel like 3 or 4 of his horsemen are basically at like 1 health.
Yeah, he's got a lot of weak horsemen. He's got a bunch of archers that can't really accomplish anything. One thing he could do is he could wrap around that second TC near the water up top, and then he could deny the deer. That would be something he could do. I mean, BC right now, he's finally starting to add in horsemen himself. He does have a couple, so he will be able to take care of these archers soon.
Oh, we do see the first villager get taken down over on that bottom side TC, and Beastie is doubling down, and another villager actually gets taken down by the original one, but doubling down with outpost by that secondary TC. So wants to have enough spots for these villagers to garrison.
Yeah, I mean, he is keeping track with his scout. Like, BC's making sure he's seeing what Anatan's doing, and he recognizes that Anatan, he's staying feudal age. He's not doing a fast castle. He's going to be super aggressive, so BC's going to make 2 outposts, and he's going to get arrow slits for both of them.
Yeah, really securing up this original food location for himself.
Yep, and we do see a barracks for Anatan, but I don't think he's made any Limitani yet. So definitely hasn't taken advantage of it.
No, just recently dropped it down, and it's actually getting to a point where if BC's able to get a few more of these horsemen, it does get quite scary. The arrow slits outpost, though, working perfect, deters away those archers.
Yeah, the one thing I would like to see Anatan do is to get that survival techniques so that he can gather that boar a bit faster. It does get another Vil kill, but does almost lose an archer to do so. Not sure if that was worth it or not.
Yeah, BC still lacking in the military. Still no Limitani out for Anatan yet, though. He has the barracks if he needs it, but I feel like he does. Just 1 or 2 would really allow the archers to stay protected, but hadn't... and there's the Rams. He's going for it.
Yep, here comes the first ram. And he does have a lot of horsemen. Now, here's the thing. BC has 5 horsemen and 10 Limitani, but the Limitani will die pretty quickly. You know, with 17 archers, they obviously one-shot the Limitani there. Although, actually does it with the shield wall. I don't know.
And I love this. This is where Anatan's so good at doing this. He pulls the horseman first. The mobile unit is trying to pull BC's spears away. Why? They're the slow, they're the immobile one. Pull them up towards the wall, and right as the spears arrive that way, then you go in with your Rams.
Yeah. You know, I haven't really seen how many archers it takes to one-shot a shield wall Limitani, so I'm curious what that is. I wonder what that number, like, maybe 19 archers is not enough. I feel like he needs 1 more ram. I feel like 3 rams is the sweet spot to attack a second TC.
And look at that. Right as the wall gets taken down, the spears pull that way. Anatan pushes forward with double rams. He's on top of that secondary TC. Those flamethrower rams are working.
The thing is, he is losing a lot of... he's losing his horsemen to these, so he needs to get... what's it called? He needs to start using Triumph or something so his horsemen don't take as much damage. Here comes the fight. Shield wall is activated. And, yep, they definitely do not one-shot a Limitani. Let me tell you that much. 19 archers are... they're not even focusing them. Oh, yeah, those are tanky. Those are some
Those
tanky.
are some tanky boys, and Beastie, he must know that. Archers need to actually clean up.
Beastie
the
just lost a
horsemen.
lot of villagers. He lost 16 workers to the Rams.
Oh my god!
They burned those villagers alive.
And all of a sudden, Beastie, he's down in military count, he's down in villager count, and this is looking like, yeah, the all-in gets stopped for now, but at what cost?
Oh my god, that is the first time I've seen those Rams definitely paid for themselves there. Like, yes, they did get killed, but they killed a lot. He lost 20 workers in total.
And look at Beastie's food right now. He's at 33 food per minute. This is all of his food. He never took the berries at home.
Yeah, he only
He's
has. Look how many villagers he has at his second TC. He had a lot more than 6 a minute ago.
There was 19 over there last I checked.
Yeah, and now there's only 6. That is crazy. I did not think that ram was going to do as much damage as it did, but boy, did that ram did damage.
And there's the Limitani transition now. Anatan, it's not just one. He's dropping double barracks now. 3 barracks total, and he's going to go spear Archer because he knows how much damage he just did. No need for mobility, just all in. Just have the correct units to take the straight on engagement.
Yeah, and if he makes just one, like, look at the army count, 29 to 5. I think he just needs, you know, like I said, I'd like to see 3 Rams, but at this point, I don't think it matters. I mean, BC's army is so tiny. He has 2 Limitanis and 3 horsemen, and that's it.
And are we going to see another barbecue over there?
Yeah, you can't burn, but you definitely cannot rush those Rams like you can with others. And look, BC's aware of it. He made sure to go to the side so as not to get burned again.
This time, though, outpost about to fall. It's already very, very low health. Villagers jump inside the town center. The town center was re-healed back to full, but Anatan's working hard over there and even has some horsemen taking off some reinforcing units and anything trying to come help.
And look at, and Anatan made
insufficient wood.
Yeah, he doesn't have the wood. Like, BC's economy got totally screwed over by losing all those villagers. And also, Anatan is long distance gathering from the deer because he didn't finish the mill. Second TC goes down. Anatan is going to get a couple more vill kills if he focuses.
Not only that, he's going to be able to clean up all of the resources over here, all the houses, the outposts that he wants, and the military is still heavily in his favor. He can just keep this all in and head towards BC's main base, but what other resources is BC going to get?
Yeah, like what can BC do here? Now, BC does have a few longbows now. He did get the mercenary contract for longbows. I do like that. You know, Anatan, he has a olive oil, but he doesn't have a mercenary contract building yet. He actually hasn't made that building, so he can't get his own longbows, or he can't get Keshiks, you know, whichever option he decides to do here.
He never got the Expilators, or whatever you call it, upgrade with the horsemen that he had earlier on, but guess it never really mattered, as the horsemen mainly just burning down buildings, and the Rams were the killers.
Yeah, and it's a... Yeah, the Rams were the killers there. I really kind of want to watch the clip of that, because that was such a sick thing. That the first time we've seen those Rams actually kill villagers, I think, like a lot. Oh, here comes a horseman raid onto 12 villagers. There is only 1 Limitani, so these villagers are forced to retreat. And but you know what? BC doesn't have that Explorator's upgrade either, so he's not going to get gold. There's now 3 Rams for Anatan. And look, BC's even transitioning to farms, and he's, you know, this is the this is the thing with this map. You cannot be stuck in your base. This is not a map where you can be stuck in your base and be okay. You have so little room to build.
Yep. And the 3 Rams just headed right towards the base, and it looks like it is going to just crush it, because how is Beastie going to defend this? It's not just horsemen, archers. There's a ton of Limitani here, and BC, he has no access to mangonels. He has no access to these huge comeback mechanisms right now in Feudal Age.
Yeah, and look, and these infrastructure buildings are dead. There's nothing BC can do to save these. Yeah, he can use his 10 longbows to shoot at them, but that's not going to save them.
Losing production, cistern, should
Wait.
be lost in a bit as well.
What contract did he go for Zugu? I didn't even know you could get Zugu as... Oh! He put it next to the, the trade post, which gives him access to Zuganu.
Oh, looks like someone's been practicing Byzantines a little bit more than others.
Yeah, kind of first time I've seen that in action, and you know I gotta say, Anatan's Byzantines, it looked really good when I saw him yesterday too. Feels like he has a solid plan when he plays Byzantines.
Yeah, I mean, this is one where he looked really, really clean with this.
And look, the farms are burning as well, while the main TC is getting like
my
destroyed.
God. I mean, the main TC is just going down so fast. There's nothing that BC had. 70 to 41 on the military count.
Right in the
BC's
middle.
having to take the fight. Main engagement happening. TC is down. It's about to, well, obviously it's already burning, but it's actually about to be put on fire. Archer's still firing, some kiting back, some breaking off onto the villagers.
More
And even if
villagers going
BC
down.
holds this, it is going to be impossible to remass back up after.
Yep, he's losing more and more. Like, where are all of Anatan's units? They're like, they stopped in the middle of the map.
Oh, they did.
But 28 workers killed. You know, Anatan still has a 10-worker lead. Still burning that TC. You know,
Yeah, TC's still on fire, and not too many Limitani left, so no front line for BC anymore. And now Anatan might just remass up, drop another couple rams, and let BC try to lick his wounds.
Yeah, and you know, BC's doing more raids, losing the horsemen though, unfortunately. Reinforcements are finally arriving, 49 to 15. I imagine we're just gonna see more rams, you know, just get a couple more rams and then just go for that TC again. I mean, BC's trying his best to hold on, but I mean, he's tripled the military of BC, Anatan does right now.
And look at this attempted farm transition into the north. Anatan sends a few horsemen just to scout it out, just to see what's going on the top side, maybe see about the gold, maybe just see what's up, and soon enough we'll find the olive groves.
Yeah, and I do see some people saying that they think that these rams are overpowered. I just want to state for the record, these rams do cost 100 gold along with a 250 wood. They aren't, you know, they are an investment. And I think seeing them burn villagers once doesn't make them overpowered. But look at this. Now Anatan's going to take the berries from Beastie.
Might as well. BC quick walling, but losing some more villagers, and he's not going to fully finish the wall, so Anatan should be able to just quickly burn through or just run around if he wants. Not to mention just wait for the ram.
Yeah, we do see another ram incoming here. I mean, all he needs to do is probably just make... yeah, I'd make like 4 or 5 rams, and then I think he just wins the game here, right?
Yeah, he's got 65 military units, 36 archers, 16 hardened Limitani. He's got the Chooks, he's got the horsemen as well. A little bit of everything, and the horsemen still being up in that north side, pulling all of the longbows from BC away to the north too.
Yeah, and he's killed, like I said, 31 workers have been killed. 3 rams are now out. I imagine we're going to see another one. Oh, another horse raid. I mean, Anatan's going to kill that horseman, though, before losing the villager. And what is Anatan going to do? Is he going to build an... Yep, there we go, 4th ram. I like this. Just get as many rams you can and just burn this all to the ground. That's the good... I like the game plan. I got to say, I do love the Byzantine rams. They are so cool. Watching the fire is just... I don't know. It looks really good, in my opinion.
Yep. And Beastie, he hadn't even been able to full heal his town center. He has to focus on other things, try to make units, try to have this food transition because he doesn't have any other food. But Anatan, he just gets to take all the food he wants, taking the berries from Beastie, taking the deer from Beastie, and he's got a lot that's knocking on the door from Beastie, and Beastie's trying to lock it, but Anatan's just about to kick it open.
Yeah, and here we go. And now there is 18 longbows, or is there 20? Yeah, there's 18 longbows, and, you know, Anatan's army's 85 to 33. And that town center is going down fast. I feel like Anatan just needs to dive this. To be fair, I don't think he realizes how ahead he is of military-wise. I think he does now. Now he's like, oh, wait, that army's tiny. I don't need to sit back. I can just burn this town center and keep going. And look at
Not
that.
too many Limitani left for BC either, so the Horsemen about to just be able to run rampant. Rams haven't been able to get touched during all of this. Villagers trying to heal the TC, but not going to do so in time. Just one landmark left for BC, and he doesn't even wait till then. It is now a tie game. Tie series.
A tie game. It's a tie game. It's a tied
series.
series. Here we go, 1-1. You know, Anatan did not throw away his advantage or his positioning this time, for sure. He definitely played that. He had a game plan. He executed it, and I thought he executed it very well. I will say, seeing those villagers die by the fire was not something I expected to happen, and it was really cool to see. I'm not gonna look. I will say I enjoyed seeing that because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, where's the clip? Someone clipped it, right?
I think someone did, yeah.
Good. I wanna watch the replay too.
Yeah, because when I was wasn't actually paying as much attention. Like I didn't actually see it happen until after it was done. Oh, I see where it happened because they're just under the fire of that second town center. And they all just die. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh wow, yeah, just ran right through the fire, just all burned. Oof.
Definitely,
Well,
that was I don't think anyone could say that game was a boring one.
No, not at all. Exciting Byzantines mirror matchup of all things. Oh, look at you being quick with the invite too.
Okay, I'll show you guys. I'll show you chat. We'll even do it with the sound.
Know that archers need to actually clean up.
BC just lost a lot of villagers. He lost 16 workers to the Rams.
Oh my god.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, at least I think it's beautiful. I think it's cool. Now I'm not gonna lie. If that happened to me, I would be like, "Are you kidding me?" Like as a player, I wouldn't like that, but as an observer, it's very enjoyable.
It is. It adds some excitement. I mean, as a viewer, I'm sure everyone's hyped up too. They're like, "Oh my god!" Maybe not if you're a Beastie fan, but even if you are, you gotta still appreciate how those Rams are working.
Yeah, those Rams. I mean, those villagers were under the fire for a long time. It's not like they were there for just a minute. They were there for quite a while, and that's why they burned and died. No, that was not an instant, Javid. If you watch that clip again, they were sitting under the fire for a while, and then they ran past it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, they did not die instantly to just that fire. I promise. If you watch the clip, you'll see they're standing in the fire, burning the whole time.
Yeah, it's a lot of ticks. I've seen, I forgot who was testing it, but it starts going slow. But the thing is they were all standing in the fire together, so they probably just had like the same tick damage going.
Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, let's go into game number 3. Like I said, we don't drag things around. We go straight into the action. We're going into game number 3, Beastie versus Anatan, French versus Order of the Dragon.
Huh. Okay. Well, we all know how French versus HRE used to do. We all know what people think about Order of the Dragon. So let's see if that's going to lean into the same narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Straight into the wrong scene, fellas! Oh, I did it again. Okay. We are on... What map is this? Dry Arabia?
Dry Arabia.
Yeah.
OG Dry Arabia.
Okay, so we have Anatan as the French versus Beastie as Order of the Dragon.
One thing I'll say is Beastie probably going to really quickly wall in between his two wood lines. Very little investment, but it does great things versus a cavalry civilization.
Switch screen. I did switch it. We're good.
He's probably like on his phone, so it's even longer delayed.
I was gonna say it should be good. It looks good on my side. Okay, so I wonder how Anatan's gonna play this. I mean, Dry Arabia, French.
It's gonna be the OG quick age up.
I feel like French versus, I've always been a fan of French versus HRE as like French. Like I feel like it's very hard for HRE. Now, obviously, this is Order of the Dragon, but I feel like it's still going to be tough for Order of the Dragon too. So I'll be curious how Anatan will play this. Now, I'm guessing Beastie intentionally chose a different Civ here because he knew or suspected Anatan was going to pick Order of the Dragon for him. And so he wanted to avoid another mirror matchup, which, I get that because that's how I play the game. I hate mirror matchups. If I know my opponent's going to pick a Civ I like, I pick a different one.
I would assume Order would be the pick too, but I don't know if French would be the Civ I would choose to play against, knowing that I'm going to get Order. That being said, BC obviously has a game plan for this. Anatan is doing that quicker age up, I believe. You send 2 off the gold right off the bat. Everyone else goes to the food, and he should be aging up here in just a little bit.
And what's kind of interesting about Anatan's pick here is how he chose Order of the Dragon for BC, right? He's choosing it because everyone's saying Order of the Dragon's weak and all that, but the thing is, BC has played quite a bit of Order of the Dragon. He probably has more experience than most players. Actually, let me rephrase that. He probably has more experience with Order of the Dragon than any other player in AoE 4 right now, because he plays them, and the other players don't. Not really. So I feel like this is kind of thing where you probably shouldn't pick Order of the Dragon for BC, because like HRE, BC is very good with the Civ.
Yeah, it's just kind of leans into his playstyle, leans into his comfort zone. Anatan, though, he's going with School of Cavalry, going to go in with some aggression. The Minework Palace, that one single villager on it, and we'll see if BC is going to end up dropping an outpost onto his gold near the wood line, or kind of what his game plan is to protect himself up.
Yeah, I'll be curious what he does. We do know that, his front woodline spawn is actually a pretty good spawn for him, because he only has to invest like 10 wood to wall the middle. And then he can, so his wood's going to be super secure. And then everything behind that's really, really secure. It's so hard for archers to walk around. Knights obviously can roam well, but not the biggest deal. And there's that outpost that I was expecting. Yep, there's the outpost. And then his food is not that far from his gold either, so he can transition to that later on. And that's
very good spawn. I like it a lot for BC.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing HRE Order of the Dragon, this is probably one of the best spawns you can get in terms of, defensive ability.
And sending a few more over to the gold. He's already got Wheelbarrow in queue, and obviously that Knight immediately queued up as well.
Man, and Anatan only found 6 sheep in total. Whereas Beastie has 11 so far. Now Anatan, maybe he'll find some more, but at the moment, yeah, there's only one other sheep I saw here that he could get on this side he's scouting right now. So he's gonna be forced on the map, which is fine. But for BC, this is good that he got all the sheep, because as HRE or Order of the Dragon, that's what you want. And I really love these walls from Beastie, by the way. I love it. Well, let me rephrase. It's very good. It's something I remember Hut doing back in the day, except you had to wall all the way around the gold. But now that your walls connect to your natural resources, it's a lot cheaper, and it just makes you unrateable from Knights.
Building a stables of his own, so we'll be able to try to put some pressure with those Gilded Horsemen, and those Gilded Horsemen actually surprisingly trade somewhat well into Knights, as far as like being able to chase them down, kill any of the lower health Knights that dive a little too far and a little too deep.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, like Horseman's Spear from Order of the Dragon is actually kind of scary, because again, when the Horsemen get on top of your archers, they die quick. Because again, they're stronger, right? So it is one of those things where I think it is definitely a very strong unit composition. And
Anatan didn't want to try to kill any of those sheep of BC's on the way before the town center. Unfortunate there. And there's that wall being dropped in between the wood lines as we were expecting.
Yep. Again, why wouldn't it's 10 wood, and you cut off an area where your opponent can harass you.
Yep. Horseman on its way to the other side. And Anatan just moved out to the deer, so very vulnerable location for himself. I think he scouted it out, but
Yeah, here comes the first horseman. Probably going to go. You know, it might get. It's going to get a vill kill. There's nothing here defending these villagers.
this is a huge feels bad.
Yeah, this is going to be at least one villager kill because it does. What is it? How much damage does it do to a villager? 15. Yeah, so it's like 3 shots a villager. Although these do have. No, they don't have textiles. I thought they did for a second.
Oh, Anatan almost was able to body block it, but he stopped moving with the back villager. One vill goes down. Second vill almost actually ends up going down. BC's dropped a few farms under his town center because he knows he can't move out to that mill. He can't move out to the berries, and he doesn't want to run out of these sheep or else he's dead.
Yep, barracks coming out for Anatan. And this is the thing, right? Anatan did not find many sheep. So, I mean, he's got to be almost out of sheep, too. Yeah, he has 5 sheep left. So he's definitely, you know, gonna need to be transitioning soon. He is on the left side deer as well.
Yeah, Beastie is going to be able to scout that out. This time, though, there is a knight trailing. The villager's going to try to hide, but there's a scout there with Beastie, and another vill is easily going to get taken down if Beastie wants to.
Another raid on the right side.
Oh no!
He's
2 villagers going to fall here during this, and the Gilded Horseman still quite healthy.
Yeah, it takes so long to kill. He's also going to lose an archer. So, I mean, BC is really kind of tearing Anatan apart with these 2 horsemen. And, you know, losing 3 villagers early is never a good feeling. Especially when, you know, typically you're like, hey, I'm French. I should be the one killing your workers and having map control, not the opposite.
Yeah, especially when you send a knight on a horseman, you're like, oh, I'll be able to clear that up easy. And you're like, my knight has hit this horseman 10 times, I feel like, and the horseman just still barely alive.
And I like what BC's doing behind this. He's placing farms slowly, just slowly kind of adding farms behind while working towards that castle age. It's super strong, and I think it's something it's going to be hard for him to really secure any portion of the map for deer. So rather than, you know, starve himself, it's better to do that. And look at Anatan, though. He does have a knights and a scout kind of watching. I feel like Anatan should really drop off those 2 sheep back at home.
Villagers again on the west deer. Another raid by BC. Just these horsemen, they're so strong.
Yeah, it's the difference between a normal horseman and Order of the Dragon. As you can see that a knight, you know, still did like almost half the damage, but it still guarantees a vill kill. You know, with normal horsemen, you know, it just dies. Does kill the first horseman. Second horseman going to go poke at the gold once more.
There is a spear there at the gold.
And BC is going up to Castlage with that Regnance. And Anatan should see that. He doesn't actually. Anatan does not know that he's aging, though he may have heard the sound. I mean, he should know, but hard to say for sure.
These horsemen, though, they've just provided so much damage, so much just annoyance.
Yep, another vill going down. And did Anatan see it this time? He did. So now Anatan knows the age up's on the way. He is going to lose another villager. That is 5 villagers going down now. And just wait. And there's going to be a Gilded Archer. I bet there's going to be a Gilded Knight. And that is just going to destroy Anatan.
Yeah, once the Gilded Knight comes out, like, think about what these horsemen have been doing, but just multiply it by like 3.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard that with +1 melee attack, a Gilded Knight one-shots a villager with a charge.
Guildhall, though, on the way for Anatan, so matching the castle timing pretty well throughout all this, and he actually has a good amount of military still alive as far as the knights go.
Yeah, the question will be, what's he going to do? Oh, and he's going to get his first vill pick. So that feels good, gets a little bit of revenge. And yeah, now that's the real question, is why Anatan rushed castle. You don't usually see that in French versus, you know, HRE, for example. So I wonder what his game plan is.
He
Ragnas,
did go up with the guild hall too, so like that longer term investment where he's like, hey, if this game extends, I'm fine with it.
I actually like that, honestly. You know, the Royal Institute still has its place, and it's like, if you're gonna castle all in, you want to go for the Royal Institute, but I think the guild hall is still really good in a lot of situations. Oh, we're gonna see another villager go down. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, barely saves
Oh
it.
my gosh, that was close. Without the micro, that villager was down 100%.
Yep.
Knight in the north side, getting pretty low. A spear and a horseman there. And this one escorts the first relic back on home.
Yeah, I mean, that one, Anatan knew that one he's going to get, right? You're not denying that one. And here's the first Gilded Knight in the middle of the map. Like, look at that. 36
gosh.
damage.
400 health. Anatan just gets his Royal Knight upgrade, so he's got the veteran Royal Knights. It's still only hardened Spearman. Veteran upgrade not on the way yet. And that Gilded Knight is just running towards his deer. And it's just nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, he has to, look at that. It does over half the damage without the charge. I mean, that did, how much damage is that?
Oh, but Anatan counters out, kills the prelate in the middle.
That's a feels good, man. And it looks like, ooh, that Gilded Knight is taking a lot of damage. It might fall. Gilded Knight
BC's
is
too
down.
distracted with the middle there. He was trying to micro the spearman. Arb is arriving, and another prelate's moving out for BC, just trying to get out to the other relic, but he's not.
He did grab a second relic on the left, though. Oh, and another villager went down on that left deer pack. He's going to lose another, at least one more. Knight goes down for Anatan. Another villager. I mean, that's 7 vill kills so far for Beastie.
Anatan, though, he does send a knight to the berries. He's able to get at least one return kill. I'm not sure if chivalry has been invested. Nope, no chivalry yet. So those knights are still hurting.
Uh-oh. Anatan's going to lose that spear. Nope, never
Delete
mind. I lied. I lied. It was a joke. I was just messing. I was hoping you guys would believe me, though. All right.
Another prelate gets taken out, though, and this is just resources that BC has been investing into. He has been able to secure 2, though.
Yeah, he was able to sneak that one on the far left, kind of not on Anatan's side, but on the left center area. And now, you know, first monk is coming out for Anatan, so he should grab that first relic. I assume he'll go straight for that second one, and, you know, he might be able to secure 3 relics away from Beastie here.
Yeah, doesn't feel bad by any means. Looks like he's moving over to the stone, so let's see if this is going to be for a keep or for another TC, maybe.
And we do see Inspired Warriors being upgraded once more. We also see Beastie moving across with a bunch of spears, and I don't think Anatan's going to be able to stop this. That relic is going to be taken, so Beastie will be able to secure 3 relics, which is a big win. He's going to feel really good about that.
Yep.
Oh, and a Gilded Knight on the food again. Anatan just keeps on taking damage on that left side deer pack, losing another villager.
Yep, 2 spears pop out, but he still should lose another villager, I think. BC's just going to walk right around.
Yeah, he's trying to micro it, but man, yeah, those do a lot of damage.
Now headed towards the gold. Anatan's still in the gold. Hadn't pulled back there either. Anatan, hello.
It was fake news. You cannot one-shot a villager. I was fake. Oh, wait. Without textiles. Without textiles. It has to be without textiles. I would have killed it without textiles, though.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy how much damage that did. 75 to 27. That was almost 50 damage. Which still is not a one-shot. Ooh, and actually, Beastie secures a 4th relic.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
This is devastating.
I think Anatan. I don't think his monk came back immediately. At least I don't feel like it did, because that was way too slow for that monk, and that was there a while ago. Definitely seems like a little bit of a mistake by Anatan there to let that happen.
Yeah, BC's full walled his side in. He's run out of that gold, but at this point, he's getting 4 relics. Well, 3 relics are in, and he has a gold behind his wall still.
Yeah, he's
He's
not.
trying to even grab the relic on the Anatan side, but Anatan has said no to that one.
Yeah, there's way too many spears for that to happen. It feels bad, man. Like you hate to see it, and Anatan actually just calls it. He says, "You know what? It's over. I've lost so many villagers. You got 4 relics. I'm out. GG."
Yeah, the
BC's
thing is, I almost feel like he could have just said, all right, screw it. I need to go up to Imperial Age. I don't know if he had already used his guild hall, though.
I mean, even
Right.
if he did, I don't think it mattered at that point. That's the thing. Against Beastie, I don't think you choose Order of the Dragon. I think Order of the Dragon. I think that's what Beastie likes to play. And people are learning that the hard way. They think that because they all think that Order of the Dragon is weak. And then Beastie goes, "Nah, I don't lose with him."
Well, 2-1 Beastie with a clean game on the order. We kind of saw the spawn form. He dropped the outpost. He walled real quickly and just did not allow Anatan to get pressure with any knights, and then just harassed the ever-living hell out of Anatan with a couple of those gilded horsemen.
Yeah, and now we're kind of on match point for Anatan here. Like, BC just has to win this next game, and he wins the tournament. And he is the official champion of the Draft of Empires. But
The official champion.
Anatan, you can't count Anatan out yet. Who knows what that man will do. All right, and for the last matchup, it's going to be, or I shouldn't say the last one. For the 4th game, we have
Potential last one.
Cliffside. They're drafting picks now. And I'll let you guys know the moment I have it.
What's your guess?
Order of the Dragon is what BC is going to pick for Anatan. Anatan is going to pick... What do you pick? Japanese?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't even know.
No, heck no, I don't pick Japanese.
Like, what's... Like, at this point, what civ do you pick for your opponent? French?
That I actually I have no idea.
I'm not saying Japan's a bad civ, by the way. I'm just saying maybe, I don't know.
I honestly I have no idea. I'm trying to think, and I haven't played Order enough or watched enough Order games to kind of know the difference here.
Yeah, I think they're both thinking about it because they still haven't, they're still waiting for to go ready, so we'll see. Delhi's good though. Like, Anatan is a known Delhi player, by the way. He's very good with Delhi. I would be very surprised if BC chose Delhi for Anatan.
I would have to agree with that statement as well.
Like, Anatan
Delhi was one of Anatan's OG come up civs.
Yep. I would be very surprised if BC chose that for Anatan. What's the best new civ? Sushi Legacy probably. Second best would be Jeanne d'Arc, at least in the current, what's been figured out so far is what I would say.
I don't know. You're forgetting the Ubids too.
Oh wait, I did forget about them. Those 3.
Those are definitely the 3. It depends your play style, I think, which one you prefer. Jeanne is more of the micro intensive, you want to fight and military. Sushi Legacy is more of actually a couple different things, but you kind of have that economic focus, great granary transition, great 2 TC, even 3 TC song, and then a Ubids, they have 4 to 5 different builds as well, but kind of lean to a faster castle.
Here we go. Anatan picked Iobids for Beastie, and BC chose Jeanne d'Arc for Anatan. So
there's one thing I'm very scared about. So I'm assuming BC's gonna go Bazaar, and if he gets good ticket rolls on the military units, it's gonna be hard for Jeanne to kind of actually outmatch the battle.
Yeah, this feels like a mistake to give. I don't know why Anatan's give. I mean, I guess he just doesn't know what else to do. I guess or in terms of like, what do you do? Because BC's good with all the old civs. So I guess Anatan's hoping that maybe with the new civs, you know, maybe BC's not as good with Iobids.
Hopes he gets bad tickets.
Yeah, hopes he gets bad tickets. I mean, it's tough to say, but we'll be going into game number 4 here. They have started, so we're going to go straight into the action. Game number 4. Beastie versus Anatan. Iobids versus Jeanne d'Arc on Cliffside.
The potential last game. All of the money is on the line here for the finals. Well, not all the money, but Anatan battling for his spot to even up the series here. And we'll see what the Cliffside spawns have in store for us.
Yeah, we'll see exactly. And I did update the scoreboard before anyone can tell me to do it. So don't even worry about it. I'm way ahead of you guys. All right, and here we go. We'll find out how. I don't know how much Anatan's played the new civs. Like, so his Byzantines feels like he has a more familiarity with Byzantines, for example. He feels very comfortable with them, it feels like. I don't know how he is with Jeanne d'Arc, though, to be fair. Jeanne d'Arc is pretty darn powerful. But again, it's against Iobids, which again is considered more powerful.
Yeah, I think BC's going to go for the casino build. This is looking to be where, you know, you go for the berries, you go onto the gold after, and go up to the casino. Anatan doing the correct thing with Jeanne, so obviously he has played with her a little bit of stutter there, and building all of the houses and buildings with his Jeanne.
Yeah, and we see. Yeah, I'll be very curious to see how this plays out. And yeah, we just have Berry Gathering, you know, House of Wisdom. I assume he does. I don't know the meta with Iobids. I've only gone by what people have told me, that they're very strong. Do you go up with Bazaar first typically? Is that the normal way to play them?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yes, it is. So the Bazaar, you go up and you get like a good amount of tickets, and you can use 4 of them. So what you'll see is BC's going to go into like gold with like 8 villagers during the age up. He's immediately going to have enough for 2 tickets and already have like wheelbarrow on its way, is usually what you'll see with the build. And the tickets are, you're wanting the military for 1. It forces a reaction out of your opponent, and then you want villagers as well. Actually, villagers is what you want the most of, but then military probably second.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because think about aging up to feudal and buying 4 villagers. Like, you're immediately have 4 villagers.
Yeah, I do know that. I know about the buying the villagers, which is obviously really good.
But both military units, the skirmishers and the swordsmen, are both really strong. The skirmishers have the extra damage to all infantry, and the swordsman has extra damage to melee.
Okay.
School of Cavalry being built. Just 1 Jeanne d'Arc on the School of Cavalry. So just getting as much XP as possible for her.
Yeah, so, and we do see, actually, we're seeing the economic wing for Feudal Age.
Oh, so not going up with the Bazaar. He just wants the straight up vills from it.
I guess he wants to probably get, but he does have the 3 vills planned to go on to gold. So I think he's just going to do a fast castle into the Bazaar, is my assumption, which I think is something I've seen some players do, so it makes a bit of sense.
And one thing I want to point out that Beastie did is, if you look at the berries, the initial 2 berries, they're not fully gathered out. They got 31, 27 left in there, because right when the economic wing finishes, each of those that isn't finished up get an additional 50 food.
Yep. So he's giving himself that extra, 100 food for those first 2, and in total 200. He's gonna get 300 extra food in total on his berries.
Yeah, really, really nice for himself there. Anatan scouts out the berries. The thing about Iobids is they have so many different builds you can go. In the fast castle, it only costs 450 gold. So it's one of those that you don't need like 7 or 8 on gold like you see other civs do with fast castle. You can easily age up. I think it's like 5 that you can end up doing it with.
With the culture wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna go Bazaar, right? For his castle age? I would
Not at that
assume.
point. Usually you'll see the bazaar first, and then the fast castle you want culture because the culture's cheaper and it comes through quicker.
Interesting. So he might not do his own version of gambling.
Yeah, the gambling is definitely the start. Like if you do the bazaar, it's right off the bat usually.
And we do see BC. He is using a scout to kill wolves. And for those curious, that's to deny experience points for John. Kind of like Roos. You know, Roos gets gold, John gets experience. So you're going to see that a lot, I think, where you kill wolves with, obviously, your scout as you walk around and get sheep.
And right as he ages up, Jean has aged up as well. She is now a swordsman.
She's a woman at arm.
Oh,
And
whatever.
she's going straight for that boar.
Well, I guess she's not a swordsman. She has a mace, is what she uses. Even though it looks
Wait,
like yeah. If you hover over, it says mace melee. But if you look at her, it definitely is a Zwei.
Yeah, she's using her sword,
That's a Zwei.
which is still a sword.
Yeah, I know.
We
It's
do
just a specific type.
And we do see Anatan. He has already got archers, knights on the way. He's going straight across the map, going straight for those berries, actually. And so he's going to be able to get BC off of those. And
He spots out this fast castle, too. He sees 7 villagers
Yeah.
on the gold.
he knows it's coming.
And, yep. BC, though, doing the same thing with the wall, just connecting it up to that gold,
Oh.
making it so hard to do some raiding. But there's the first knight on the front side.
Villager gets
Great
away.
body blocking by the villager, though.
Yep. And that's what that wheelbarrow does. It gives you that nice speed boost. And look at John Dark. She's just roaming the map, looking for more wolves, looking for more, a boar. The thing is, BC's killed a lot of the wolves on this side of the map. So I don't think he's going to get any...
Oh. He's found 2 in the corners.
BC did?
No, Anatan, he's A-moving, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking at it, and he's going to find 2. One in each, well, the corner, and then if he goes north a little bit. And
Yeah, he'll
another
like
wall to
that.
the berries now. Gross.
And, oh, Vil getting shot, trying to wall up the berries. Another wolf killed on the right-hand side by BC. There's a lot of wolves on this map.
Oh, Archer steps a little too close to town center, and it gets taken on out.
And look at that, 2 outposts by his gold. He really wants to keep his gold safe so that he can get to that castle age. You know, he's already getting pretty close to it.
Yeah, and it's not just that straight up fast castle. He's gotten every single economic upgrade. So he's going to hit castle and have the ability for all of these villagers to kind of have this extra boost.
Oh man, he tried to bait a retreat, idle time from BC, but BC either didn't notice the knight charging or didn't care because he called the bluff.
Yep. And it might actually be. It's not a fast castle yet. Let's see if he clicks it. Because right now it looks like he's just waiting. He's gonna click one of the different wings. So let's see which
Yeah.
one he's actually gonna click.
He's
It
going-
could be the bazaar.
He's going bizarre. I told you. I can't believe you doubted me.
It is the bazaar. Okay. The trades are better, I guess, since it's Castle Age. And look at how many villagers he sends over to that gold for the trades. That's wild.
Yeah, he sends
20
21.
villagers.
That is a lot of villagers. John is killing wolves over on the left side map. And where's that boar? Oh yeah, she can definitely get that boar. We see barracks coming out as well. And Anatan's actually close to castle himself. He's already, he has the food now. Well, he's one away, but he should have the food. And he's actually walling Beastie in, which I like. I mean, I hate it, but I like it too. Being walled in feels bad, man. And he's going up
Anatan
with the
hadn't
guild
used
hall.
his. Yeah, he never used his consecration ability that he has on her. He's about to have a second charged. I feel like at the very least he could have used it on a TC and had his timing a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like Beastie is blocking the wall from completing on the right-hand side with his scout. Very annoying. And John kills the next boar.
So I'll click over to John real quick, see how her XP halfway to her level 3. Obviously, there hasn't been any fighting. Leans heavily towards, you know, the opponent of Jean, but at least getting XP another way.
Yeah, which is really nice. And we do see, oh, okay, almost aged up in 10 seconds. They're both going to age up at almost the same time.
Hinatan, though, he has walled Beastie in. And look, oh my gosh, I just realized this. Look at the gold.
Yeah, all the gold's out there. I mean, he does have one in the back of his base, though. So, what did he make?
Yeah.
Does he just get 3 traders and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
So he got unlucky with his little Gamba?
Yeah.
I bet he's a little irritated at that he only got access to the traders.
Well, I mean, it's a risk you gotta take. And no, he could have bought something else already.
He did buy 4 vills, so it's vills and 3 trades.
Okay.
So he did get 4 villagers. Yeah. But yeah, the other one's traders, and he's not gonna be able to utilize that because, well, he's walled out for the trade anyway.
And now he's building a moss to try to go secure these relics, and Anatan is rather close to completing these walls.
Well, that's what you get for gambling, folks.
He got 600 food as well.
Oh, did he
Is
already?
what Kraken said.
Okay, I guess I didn't see the food. Wait, how many did he get? I thought you only get 4.
You get 5 tickets and you can use 4.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Oh, the wall! It's not quite done. Anatan has 1 left he needs. This is actually crucial. He's not going to finish it unless he quick wall. Oh, it's just a spearman there. It's not the crossbows. He can quick wall it if he does it and notices in time.
Yeah, that spearman did get past, but that wall is going to finish. Or at least it should finish.
And now Anatan, look at those men-at-arms. The rare seen men-at-arms. I say that about French men-at-arms, but love to see men-at-arms in general of the French variants because they just look so cool and interesting.
Yeah, so we do see that, and Arbs as well. So Arbs, that, and you know, he's gonna burn through this wall and grab that with his Dorvish. Really wants the relics.
Oh, and the camel, it's getting out of position. The dervish, Cambulance.
Oh, he wasn't paying. It's fast enough to where it should get away. It's as fast as the knight if you didn't know. Oh, and he did use traders. He bought traders. He has 8 traders that can do nothing at the moment.
Oh, I mean, he had the gold to do it, and he ran out of that original gold. So that gold vein now is all about that west side. If Anatan knew this, if Anatan spotted it and went up with Bazaar, he should know where Beastie wants to go to, which is that gold, and could get a huge benefit from it.
All right, and yeah, that wall's going to be denied. So now, you know, the Dorvish can now start grabbing relics. Villager lives with 2 health, at least for now. And curious about what Anatan's going to do. I mean, right now, Beastie's in a good position. He's up by almost 20 workers. He's leading in military. Oh, Villager just stayed idle and died. So what is, like, I'm trying to think what Anatan can do here.
You say 20 workers, you forget there are 8 traders that are...
Oh, do traders count on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, still 12 worker lead. Or 10.
But those 8 traders are going to take the trip, but Anatan takes the fight. This one's with John.
Holy as
She's getting kind of low.
She died.
She gets taken out.
I didn't know she could die. That's crazy. Nah, just kidding. But he is going to clean that out. And look at these traders. These 8 traders going for trade. 29 gold a trip. He will get the first trip for sure. But I imagine Anatan's going to kill all 8 traders here in just a moment.
Unless and so much for Beastie having the better army, as now the army falls and some of that eco will fall with it. Obviously, there's no eastern walls for Beastie, so there is a clear path for knights to hit eco too.
And you know what? I don't know if Anatan saw those traders move by because he's not even trying to find them.
Maybe he just doesn't even care.
And that's possible too. And he is going to re-wall the center now, so
he bought Joan back.
It's cheap. It's like what, 250 gold in the feudal age, or in the level 2, right?
250, yeah. Not too bad by any means. She should be right around the corner from age 3. 40 XP away from age 3. So that's literally a couple more units or just waiting a bit more time.
So it looks like BC was able to do 2 stone trades and was able to get the skirmisher, and then the other 2 were for traders once again.
Not getting those trades that he wants.
And it's every 4 minutes, right?
I thought it three, I think. 4 minutes, 3 or 4, 3 or 4,
Okay.
roughly.
And he's going to burn through the new wall that was just created. That poor villager. You know, put all that work in just to be denied once again.
Anatan, though, he's got a significant military mass. He's lacking on the vills, but one thing he does have going for him is that map control. There's going to be a timing in a little bit that Beastie running low on gold and running low on the food.
Yeah, and
He's got 1 set of deer left next, I think.
yep, and here comes the now. I think Anatan's army's stronger. I mean, there is only 4 spears. That's it. It's really not that many.
You can't forget Anatan has Jean.
Yeah, and obviously John, which has got to be close to level 3.
I'm pretty sure we're like 10 XP away. Oh, there's level 3. We just heard it.
Oh, there we go. And what is she gonna call Men at Arms? Her champions.
Has 4 of the Holy Wrath abilities. Now we've gotten to the point where we've seen some consecrations and Anatan's dropping the monastery to finally secure some relics away from Beastie, who has gotten 2.
Yeah, and if we look, there's a lot of Dorvishes. That's 4 Dorvishes, 5 Dorvishes that.
Their
made.
healing is nuts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's nuts. Like nuts. Even in fights.
Oh wow, I didn't know it had a boosted health. I knew it had the Wololo healing.
And the first raid coming in a while, a horseman takes a villager down to 1 health.
And then dies as villagers chase it. Try to chase it.
Not quite. Anatan's still massing up. It's horseman and cross or arb for him, and it is mainly that spear crossbow composition on the other side, but with some dervishes to heal on up.
We see a second TC for Beastie now, and you know, I am surprised. Maybe Anatan doesn't know or just not thinking about it, but you know, John can get the sacred sites. She has the ability to do so, but doesn't look like he's going
Beastie
to.
is out of gold. I think this is what Anatan's been waiting for. Beastie
Yes.
no more gold here, and so no more of those higher class units, no more upgrades coming in play. And now the longer this goes is going to kind of be his benefit. But ooh, Mangonel being built on the field by Beastie.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. That is Anatan's goal, is to starve BC off of gold. He doesn't care. That's why he's not pushing. He's just trying to deny gold, and that's it. That's all he cares about. The thing is, though, yeah, there's still 14 spearmen, 16 crossbows, 10 skirmishers, some golems, and a mangonel now. And that mangonel is going to be really difficult for him to kill.
Yep. You said, no, yeah, you're right. It's if Joan was the other range Joan, you can use that divine arrow and snipe down the Mangonel pretty well. But with the current composition, it's going to be more on the horsemen to go circle, which there's only 15 spears. There's 31 horsemen. Anatan could potentially get a nice circle on the Mangonel, but he's just giving up this position. And BC's got enough for a keep here in a second, too.
Yep.
Anatan just totally, I feel like, gave up his control.
And look at that. Look at the trade. 87 gold for each trader that's about to go. Okay, here comes the kind of engagement. John's almost dead. Didn't even get to use the Holy Wrath ability. Mangonel gets a 6 shot.
Horseman trying to get a circle. Mangonel still great. Pull back by BC. Mangonel gets another shot, takes out a bunch of the Arbs, but gets taken down. Fight's still going on. Jean's back into the fight. Holy Wrath used, gets a good amount of AoE damage in, and it is back to trading. BC's units are surrounded.
And he can't go with Jean. She's too weak. He literally can't push. He wants to. He wants to use his Holy Wrath again, but he doesn't have the health to do that. Because again, those spearmen really, spearmen are the best way to kill Jean. But here comes the keep. Sacred site taken. And he's just going to sacrifice her. She's dead. Right? Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Not sure that was worth it.
I mean, now this is where Beastie has reclaimed his gold again. The keep's about to finish just in time.
And look at that worker lead, or eco lead, 40 ahead almost.
This is where I really feel like Anatan could have pressured some other sides of the map, try to done something, because Beastie's eco, it's been wide open. His wood line on the front, like Anatan never split off a knight through this front gate that he had, and never really did anything but just masked up and sat there and waited.
Yeah, now he's trying to push forward again. He actually bought John back. She is back. And he's just going to push immediately, going to push the stone. I mean, again, BC is on 2 TCs. He secured a gold. He doesn't quite have a farm transition complete, so he has about, I don't know, 15 idols or so. But I just don't know if I see like this going well.
Just activated and utilized for those arbs, so getting some great trades in. Jean uses their ability again on the spears. Needs to watch out though, stepped a little too close to the spears.
Yeah, once again, stepping too close to the spears. And she's, arrow fire doesn't do much, but still, she's very weak.
And BC, look at his military count. He's got nothing. He's got 35 idle vills. He's got nowhere to really grab food.
Wait, what?
And BC forfeits. It's the timing. Anatan just gets to sit under the TC from then on.
Wow. Okay. People were calling that over. They were saying it's over. Beastie wins. Wrong. Oh, he DC'd?
I'm not sure if he DC'd or not.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Okay.
I was about to say that so I've seen this happen before. The idea, like you said, Anatan just traded Jean, and you were like, I'm not sure if that was worth it. But what Anatan's plan was trade for military, rebuy Jean, keep pumping. And all this time, BC's been denied off of the gold. He was struggling on the food because Anatan had all of the other food resources on the map. So he knew that BC wasn't able to remass up at that time.
That was, yeah, I'm actually surprised BCGG. Now, I mean, maybe he was dead. I didn't, I mean, I know he was struggling for food because he just ran out of food. He had 35 idols. John was still alive. There's a bunch of units in his base, and he had no military. So I do think he was probably dead, but I'm still surprised he left. Normally, BC really likes to stay in till the end, like really the end sometimes, where, there's 0% chance. So I was a little surprised to see him GG there. But that was... Man, that was Anatan winning that game. I was watching Twitch chat during that game, and I heard, I heard people being like, "Man, it's over. Anatan GG, GG. Anatan
thought it
dead."
was over.
To be fair, I thought Anatan was gonna lose too. Not gonna lie, I thought it was over, but
right when I saw that repush come through, I looked up at the military and I was like, Anatan just has been able to remass back up and constantly produce during all of this time, and John was able to just immediately get rebuilt, and it was just enough from there.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. Like, I literally thought, I was like, okay, I mean, BC taking it 3-1. At least Anatan took a game, but now we're going to the deciding match. Game number 5. Poor Blades dog. Yeah, my dog is very, she has not liked my streaming these past couple days, but she's fine. This is the finals, T-Serb. Why did BC have 32 idols? Well, he didn't have the wood to remake farms. He just lost his army, so he's trying to remake his army. And yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Anatan had a game plan there, and I was even questioning it there at the end, but it wasn't just the gold that he was denying. It was the food too.
Thank you, Kepi. Yep, it is my birthday. I'm an old man, but you know what? It is what it is. Also, to answer the question, the winner is first place gets $500. Jaina, I know, girl. I know you don't like it when I ignore you this long, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, Najee's the same way. Don't worry. Luckily, I have a roommate here who is letting him outside, so that makes it a little easier on me.
I used to have my brother used to live here, so he could, get her attention and she'd be fine. But now that it's just me, she's like, yeah, you're the only one who gives me attention. Don't worry. Don't worry. The dog gets a lot of treats and stuff, so she'll be fine. Don't listen to her whining.
But now we have Order of the Dragon for Anatan. I'm just
Zephyrus11
guessing that,
cheered.
right?
X500.
That's fine.
Happy
And-
birthday.
Thank you very much, Zothras, for the 500 bits. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
What's the map? Do we know yet?
I'll find out for you right now. They didn't say what map, so I'm guessing they might have done that in like Discord or something, but I can see the Civ, or I'm loading the Civ, so I should be able to see that. Himyama is the last one. And
Ooh.
Anatan is HRE and BC is Japan. Wow. Anatan gave BC Japan on Himyama, which I think is like one of Japan's best maps.
I think Anatan was expecting Order here.
I think he probably was too.
I know Anatan practiced, obviously, Byzantine and Order. He looked really good on Himiyama earlier today when he played as the Byzantines. Obviously, this one, he's the HRE, so let's see what he has planned here now.
Hamlet_Jaeger just subscribed. Happy B-Day. Eegtvlov.
I don't know what that was trying to say there, but thank you very much for the tier 1 Hamlet Jaeger. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you. No, the dock is not free for Japan, but it's like, what, 75 wood? It's cheaper, right? Or is it just fishing ships that are cheaper?
Fishing ships are cheaper.
Okay, fishing ships are like, what, 35 wood?
Very cheap. I'm not sure. Let's go to the Learn tab and see here.
All right.
45 wood.
Oh, I need to invite you. They started. We got to get into the final game. Game number 5, fellas. Last game of the tournament. I mean, this is all you can ask for, is a finale where it goes to game number 5. Let's get right into it.
Here we go.
All right,
Crash.
Beastie crashed, so we'll come back. You can look at our faces once again as we wait.
Woo.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather Beastie crash right in the beginning than crashing.
And just like that, game 5's
in the middle
over.
of the
Good
game.
series.
Yeah. Refund Gamba? Why would we refund Gamba? It's the same game. Not at the beginning.
Wait, what?
Wait, how long were they playing for? They couldn't have been playing that long. How do we deal with it if he crashes in the middle? I mean, it depends on the situation.
This crash actually has a huge effect because now Beastie gets to see what Anatan's plan was, and Anatan gets to see what Beastie's plan is.
It was only 2 minutes.
No, but you now know if your opponent plans on going for water or not.
Well, that's if they looked at it.
They both went for a dock, is what Don already said.
Oh, they both did. Interesting. I'd rather him crash at the beginning than in the middle of the game or late game. Like, for example, in that last game, that would have been brutal if he crashed there, because then we'd have to do a review and see, do we do a regame, or do we give the win to Anatan, right, as an example. That's why when someone said that, I was like, oh, shit. Because that's not what I want to deal with.
Not at all.
It does seem like there's a lot of... I know BC's been crashing quite a bit this patch. It feels like.
Yeah, I know someone else who was crashing quite a bit, but I think he swapped some stuff around and might have fixed his problems. I'm not sure, though.
Okay, they just started, so hopefully we should be able to... observe soon. Again, if they did forget to enable observers, this game will not count and they will have to remake.
They enabled it.
Yep,
So
I see
you're
it.
good.
I always get worried about it though. All right, and now we're gonna officially go into game number 5. This is the grand finale. deciding point. The winner of this match is getting $500. The loser is getting $280.
And here we go yet again.
They're both going straight for it.
Yep. HRE for Anatan, Beastie on Japanese, Himeyama, and Water will be taken by both.
This is the first time I've seen this map played
look
or
at the
watched
woodline, though.
where both players go for water.
Weird woodline. At least both players are able to get decent docks in, but if Beastie had tried to drop a dock on that north side, I think it would have deleted both fish.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
It makes it, it's just like, all right, no more water in the middle. Let's just not even worry anymore.
Yeah, and you know, this is, man, I think Anatan made such a mistake giving water to Japanese here because this dock's just going to get sabotaged most likely. I mean, maybe not. Maybe BC doesn't care enough because, again, it is 2,000 food, so it's not like it's the most. But
And
we'll
if
see.
both players are on water, it's
Wait.
that 2,000 food's 1,000.
Normal HRE. That's right?
Yeah, that
yeah.
is.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was going to be Order of the Dragon, but it is normal HRE. Don already tricked me into thinking it was Order. So I don't know the answer to your question, though, Don. I assume it's I believe it's the same, though, as a normal fishing. All right, and we have the first dock incoming. Or, sorry, the first fishing boats for both. And I'll be very curious what they age up with.
I'm concerned on how much food's going to be left by the time they're aging up with both of them taking water.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice part for BC though, he gets to have so many less onto wood and always have that constant fishing boat production if he desires. Does look like Anatan
I
is
like
a 2 fishes and done.
I like how they're all friendly. Look at that. All friendly, just sharing the fish. No fighting. You know, this is how Age of Empires 4 should be. We should all be peaceful, no fighting, no action, just people living their lives. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. You know, just make it easy. No, why not just make it SimCity? I'll help you build, you help me build.
Yeah. And it makes sense for BC to make more, right? He's getting 45 wood, so I think 4 ships is probably all he needs, although he does have another one queued, so he's going to go for 5. I'm not sure I agree with that, but then again, his fishing ships are cheaper, so it's fine either way.
Yeah, and this is where the first shoreline fish, it's already halfway done with from being gathered on out. So they're about to be moving on to the next shoreline fish in just a little bit, and Feudal Age is just now being dropped by Anatan, who like we talked about, stopped the wood gathering a lot earlier.
Why is Beastie so late? Like, I know there's Inspire. Does it make that much of a difference? Because Beastie's still, like, he's halfway up.
I mean, Anatan cut wood way early.
True,
like,
you're right.
Way earlier.
I wonder if he did that to combat the Shinobi that might happen. You know, because Shinobi are super strong in these hybrid maps. Although, I'm going to be honest, I actually don't think it might not be worth going Shinobi on this map. I mean, I suppose we'll see. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's one that, I mean, that's where both landmarks have their viability, and the first shoreline fish has run out.
Yep, and they are, and he did just drop the Kura Storehouse, so he's not going to go Shinobi. And you know, if this was a map like Rocky River, I think you go Shinobi 100%. But with, on this map, I just don't think it's worth it, because again, it's only 4 shoreline fish, and yeah.
Anatan moving out to the stone.
So it looks like he's going to go for a second town center. At least that's my assumption. Or he's getting the naval arrow slits.
Mmm.
Because if he does
wow.
yeah,
that would take down all the fishing.
Yeah, that would stop all the fishing from Beastie. You know, it's 5 fishing ships that he invested in, which, you know, 45 times 5 is more than 200 wood. So, yeah, pretty costly. I think it's 220 wood, actually, if I'm doing my math correctly.
There's only 1,000 food left, though, in the middle pond at this point, and some of it's still Anatan's.
And Anatan's actually making an outpost, so because he doesn't know that BC's going up with the Kura House and not the other landmark that gives Shinobi. So he's worried about the Shinobi, and that's why he's making an outpost.
Mm. Little bit of the oversight there. I feel like this middle pond, it's just going to be neutralized here in like 2 minutes. Like, yes, Beastie, he might just fast castle straight up off of this. I think that's going to be his plan.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was. Yeah, there's 2 fish. Yeah, 2 of them are already gone. Arrow slits is going to complete, but I mean, I guess it does give Anatan the full 500 and whatever's left on those.
BC's just going to micro the low health ones back in, and then they'll jump out, I think. I think BC's still just going to be able to gather from this for a while. Anatan, though, he scouts out the gold. He's got to know. He's got to know how close BC is now. And Anatan's, he's not too far away himself, but still not quite the same timing.
Yeah, I mean, he does have inspiration, though, so I don't think he's going to be that far behind. Oh, fishing ship does go down for Beastie. I mean, I do like what BC's doing. He's definitely, you know, making sure to try to keep it all. He's just trying to take as much fish as he can. And there's only 170 food left.
In that one.
Yeah, on that one. So there's still 500 obviously on the other one.
Yeah. It could be worse, but yeah, Beastie just getting as much denied as possible. Anatan, though, he's actually going to be dropping it, I think, first.
Yep, I told you.
He's going to be the one with fishing.
And I told you, Inspire. It really helps. And now he's aging up with 12 villagers to the 9.
Stables is being dropped. A couple farms are already next to that storehouse, but Anatan, he should be able to grab some of these relics for himself and have that extra eco because of the fishing.
Yeah, so now he has 580 fish or food left per fish, so that's nice. And let's see, you know, does he have any prelates on the map yet to grab relics? Doesn't look like it. Hasn't sent. I'm surprised he hasn't sent out any prelates because BC doesn't have any units, or at least I don't see any. Right? Yeah, there's just the horsemen.
I don't see any at all. There's that one barracks that BC has, and that's it.
And
the Regnance finishes.
There we go. 2 prelates out. 3rd one on the way. I mean, he should be able to secure 3 relics, I think, at least.
Yeah, I would say even more potentially. That being said, the Shinto priest is on its way out now. Anatan spots it.
I think
relic the priest
will
is
get it
going
first.
to, and not only that, Anatan's already got another one out. So if Beastie greeds and going for the far one like he is, it's gonna be late as well.
Yeah, Anatan's already going for both of those, and oh man, BC's not gonna like that. He might try to use a scout to delay, but I don't know how well it's gonna do to delay. I don't think it's gonna be able to do it at all. That's 2 relics. 3rd relic going for the far one to the right. Anatan's gonna get 4 relics here.
This looks really good. Yeah, there's one spearman there by Beastie, but Anatan should be able to have reinforcements there in time. Wololo going down.
No, wait, there is a Bogisha or whatever. That will be able to kill this, I think, before it gets back.
Oh, there was a knight in queue. It's on its way though, so that knight should be able to help out just a little bit.
That unit does so little damage. Knight on the way. You're right. It actually might save this because it does so little damage.
Even if it doesn't save the prelate, it should be able to help clean this up. And another knight's going to be on its way. Yeah, there it is.
Man, it doesn't do enough damage. It's gonna survive.
The first one down. The second one's gonna fall, and the priest should fall after.
And the second knight's on the way.
The prelate's gonna go down.
Yeah, the prelate's gonna go down, but it doesn't matter. There's a second knight. Can go for that priest. Oh, assuming Anatan realizes it, because now BC's baiting him away. Anatan now has 3 relics. Okay, nope, he knows. Yep, he knows. He's putting that there. BC realizing it hides the monk. And
BC is at least able to grab 1 single relic from his side at this point.
And it looks like he's going to upgrade his town center. And yeah, so it's going to be 4 relics to 1. That's going to be very, very good for Anatan. Right? I mean, that's 4 Regnants.
You can already see how much gold Anatan has in the bank just from being on gold and just from the initial couple he's dropped.
Oh, look at that. Beast is going to lose his scout.
Oh, and that knight, that's knight's right in front of his stone, right in front of his base, and he doesn't have a ton of spears.
Look, BC got the second relic. Anatan pulled the knight.
Oh.
And now will Anatan be able to secure this? That's going to be the telling.
I mean, Beastie is going to go on a trip with this, but as I was mentioning, these knights now that he's masked up and he's killed Beastie's Ona Bush. I don't know how to say it. He's been taking beneficial trades, and I don't know how Beastie can stop a couple knights headed towards his side.
Yeah, and Anatan has killed 5 workers. Oh, wait, the fishing ships. That's right. I was like, what? And here we go. BC's, or, you know, Anatan's looking for this. He knows. He's like, I want that relic. And he's going to find it. He sees it. So, nice for him. Surprised no Wololo. Probably didn't notice. And now he's going to go grab that last relic.
He also snagged a villager out on Beastie's side trying to build a wall.
Yeah.
At least BC delays the last relic from being secured. That's the benefit. Gold's not being gathered yet.
Yeah, and there's 260 food left on that shoreline fish that Anatan's gathering from.
Look at how much gold Anatan has, though. He's just now starting to spend some of it on some upgrades. He spots out the second town center right as BC's dropping it.
Yep.
Knight's going to go down as there's spears here, but it's going to pick up another... Oh, he pulled it back!
Oh. A little bit of a mistake to pull it back, but that's all right. He does have a market now. He is floating a ton of gold. I mean, he has a couple options here. He can go fast Imperial if he wants, which I'm guessing is what he's going to do. I mean, he's even placing outposts already and putting villagers on stone. He's going to go... I think he's going to go Imperial here.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs food. He only has 3 on... Is that right? 3 on food right now? 5 on food?
Yeah, he's not really... he's about to go take deer. He did pull 7 workers to go take the deer. BC's starting to wall.
Beastie, though, he's got 5 spears only, and I mean, yeah, they're veteran spears, but Anatan could just split off knights in a couple different spots, and might be hard for Beastie to deal with. Speaking of, Knight Raid onto the stone, able to pick up a Vil. A couple of those knights split off onto the berries as well, able to pick up another one.
Yeah, that's 8, you know, that's 8 eco damage, you know, counting the fishing ships. 5 fishing ships, 3 villagers, that's pretty good. Look at that gold, 2,500 in the bank. I'm like, use that market, baby. Spend some of that gold.
Heavily on the food. He's still making knights. He ran out of gold that he was gathering, but this is the point where stop gathering gold. Make those villagers start transitioning to farms or gather something else. And I think that's what he did. He's just sent those out to the deer in the middle.
He's still okay, so he's gonna do a castle timing, and he is finally spending his gold, and he is gonna have. He's still gonna keep 5 villagers on gold, so he's not gonna go for a fast imperial, which I'm okay with. I honestly, I mean, if I was him, I'd probably do a castle, try to do a castle timing as well. Get inspired warriors, make a bunch of prelates. I mean, you have 2,000 gold almost. Why not?
Look at this transition he's making. It's land snakes against all spears.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they're very squishy, but all of a sudden, if he has 5 to 10 of them, and they're in that mass with his knights, the spears can't brace. They all die.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the, I mean, that's, yeah, he's going to spend all his gold, obviously, on land snakes, so that gold should be quickly dropping. I really wish he'd get inspired warriors. I feel like that would be a very effective way to deal with, you know, because it buffs your units, so why not?
He's on all these deer packs and doesn't have survival tech either.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he is getting his first ranged armor upgrade, whereas Beastie's getting +3 melee.
Yeah, so Beastie, he is wanting these spears to do the damage if they are able to close the gap at all. Not to mention the Ona Bagisha, they are doing a little bit more damage than from what we saw beforehand.
Yeah, yes they are. And the dock, he's burning the dock, which is fine. You know, you don't want to give free vision to your opponent. Only 3 barracks out, though. Some farms coming out for Anatan, so he is kind of transitioning his food eco as well. And I mean, he's kind of either got to commit to this timing, because now his Imperial Age is a lot later than it should be if that was his initial plan. And so I'm assuming he's just going to he's planning on going for this time. He's also going to mix in men-at-arms. He's getting his men-at-arm upgrades. Look at that gold, now down to 600. Remember when he had 2.5k? I remember.
Actually, and this is what happens when you just only send like 5 villagers on gold, but he's still at 900 gold per minute with all the relics he has. Knights going for another circle, going for a few more vills, and should be connecting on the walls that have not yet finished.
Should be able to get a vill kill here.
Oh,
Okay, good.
there's one. And then he just runs on out.
And you know what's interesting is, like, what's BC gonna do against these, like, I wonder what's stronger, Samurai or Men-at-Arms from HRE fully upgraded? Samurai do 15 damage. Did he get the special upgrade? He's getting it now, so it's gonna do +4 bonus against infantry. So it's gonna do, like, 17 damage.
But look at this mass. He's knocking at the front door. He's not letting the walls finish again. And there are 10 land snakes here, and Beastie, I think seeing the land snake mass, he can't take this fight.
Yeah,
If his spears step up, he dies.
That's 10 land snakes. Oh man, I think HRE Men-at-Arms are better than Samurai. They do 20. They're gonna do 19 damage compared to 17. No, never mind. Never mind. That Samurai does 22 damage.
Oh, there's a prelate coming. 5 relics for Anatan.
Oh man, look at these units. They're just streaming across the map. You know, Anatan has a huge army here. You know, we were criticizing Anatan's decision to pick Japanese, but this may end up working out.
Yeah, he's got the prelate there. He can go ahead and steal that relic, go and do a Wololo if he wants.
Oh, he is going to steal the relic. Yeah, now
No,
he has all
he's
5.
just pulling it back. Yep, 5 relic differential, and he's not letting Beastie get onto the gold. You can actually see he brought a villager up to try to drop an outpost on the northern gold, and he's burning down the secondary TC.
Yeah. I mean, yoinking that 5th relic, that's such a Chad move to do. You know, you see it. It doesn't feel good when you're the player getting yoinked.
And Anatan, he takes down the additional TC. Beastie trying to fast build an outpost. He gets the outpost up. Land snakes step up, get a couple great attacks in. And now Anatan, he attacked his farm. He aimed at the farm.
Yep. Oh,
It still doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
he's so
look at that.
far ahead. There's so many units. He broke off units backside of the wood line. He's on top of all the farms that are idled. And Beastie, he is crumpling.
I think he's dead. Cause yeah, he didn't make any of the Onomushas. I mean, his economy is devastated. He's at 5 military to 38.
All the farms are idled. The villagers, they're running through the walls. There's a land snake there. Gets a couple swings in before they get through, but look at that. There's 32 villagers just sitting outside the walls, standing, watching.
And look, land snakes and knights headed that way. I mean, those villagers are doing absolutely nothing. And, you know, BC, this is the final game of the tournament. BC does not want to lose this, right? I mean, this is a difference of $500 and $270 or whatever, or $280 or whatever I said. I can't remember. I'd have to look. But yeah, so it's like BC does not want to lose this game.
Yep, Beastie going back onto the farms, thinks he's okay for just a second, which Anatan, he is moving out, letting him breathe. Doesn't know where the villagers went, but they're back.
Yeah, they're back. They're back working. Now here's the thing. Sacred Site Timer is going behind this as well. BC did try to decap it, but is obviously getting denied. He's looking for those villagers. He doesn't know those villagers came back in.
Even still though, Beastie, he took a lot of damage. The second TC throughout all this, he's only down 3 villagers, but Anatan has so much passive resources going for him. It is now 5 relics, it's double sacred sites, and it's all of the deer, it's all of the resources on Beastie's side as well.
Now I just want to state, this game is not over. Now yes, it may look like it is, but look at Beastie's food. He's got a lot of food. He's got a maxed out town center, which actually is a huge eco boost. And he's starting to get a mass of those Unamashas. Now he has 6. He's got enough food and gold to mass quite a bit more. And if he can get a critical mass of these, Anatan's army is a full land army. It does not have range to deal with this.
So BC's trying the best he can. Doesn't have a ton of gold left back there, but might be able to secure up that northern side gold.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Right now, this is BC's only gold. He's got 700 gold on it left. Once it's out, all Anatan has to do, and he's already got an outpost and a knight watching this gold. He's making sure. He's making sure that he can't take that other gold. And he tried to decap the sacred site again because he only has 6 minutes. So BC doesn't want to be on a timer.
Yep, and Anatan diving into the base again. 60 units versus 27, and a lot of those are knights. A lot of those are land snakes, just these high quality units.
Knight in the back. And, I mean, those
Front
Unabomber,
line
like I said,
of BC is getting demolished, but now the backside, the Onimushas have been doing a significant amount of damage. He's up to 15 of them, but is 15 gonna be enough to hold this?
yeah, I mean, he's got the town center shooting its rockets. It's doing devastating damage to the army. Look at that. The army is falling pretty quickly from Anatan now. Anatan is, you know, he has killed 34 workers, though. I mean, BC's now has less workers than Anatan. Unamashas they're going to clean this up. The Unamashas, he has 18. He's going to clean this up. You know, now Anatan's going to be forced back once again. The military counts are pretty even. And what is, you know, you kind of need archers. You need a way to deal with these. And I'm not sure if Anatan's planning on making archers.
I'm not so sure at all. And Beastie, he's just slowly fallen in the villager count, but the military count's even finally for him. Somehow, some way.
Yeah, like I said, I was saying those Onumashus, if you can get a critical mass, they dominate men-at-arms, land snakes. You need ranged. And you know what? That's exactly what Anatan's doing now. He recognizes this, and he's starting to make some archery ranges. And he's going to start grabbing his... And he has all his blacksmith techs. So he's going to start adding in archers. Once he gets a critical mass of archers, he can take an engagement again.
Yep. BC yet again trying to deny the sacred site. I would love to see Anatan drop some outposts around the sacred site like he is. And he's got 2,600 food in the bank. He can go imp if he wants. He could drop an Elsback on one of these sacred sites.
He could. I don't know if he's going to. Yeah, and look at this. BC's moving out with his entire army. He's going to decap this sacred site, and I don't think that Anatan's going to be able to stop it. He knows it's coming, too. But one outpost is not enough, and this sacred site victory should be... This is turning point now. Like I said, I was saying it before. This is a point where BC can take this game back.
Yep, he's got a couple bannermen out there with his army. The knights, the land snakes, everything's circling. It looks like Anatan doesn't want to let this happen, but I'm not sure if he can take this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he can do that either, because the micro. He is going to go and try to engage. He does have some archers, but he only has 5 archers. He doesn't have a lot. He does have a lot of horsemen, and now Unamashu do not do good versus horsemen. That is very true.
And the Unamasha they're getting focused by the knights though, and the knights are just getting poked out pretty heavily. Sacred Site though has still been stalled out. Archers stepping up to that front line.
Nah, it's such a you know, it's Anatan's army mass is so big though. Oh, and Anatan's advancing. He's going Swabia.
Throughout all of this, he's able to keep up the production. He's actually doubling BC's military after this and going Swabia. Just this is what 5 relic HRE can do.
You know what I wouldn't hate is if he walled the relics in. You know, like just so that he doesn't have to worry about that. I mean, here we go. Okay. And you know BC's not going to like that. He's going to be like, son of a bitch. Now he's Imperial Age behind that. And he's going to try to use this small force. He's going to try to multitask this. He's going to try to have one army go to the top sacred site, one go towards the bottom. Can Anatan protect the bottom sacred site?
Look at the bottom one, though. It's got 2 sprinkled outposts already there. Anatan knows exactly what is coming, but Anatan's moving his whole army.
Yep.
And now we see the top one getting decapped.
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
Yeah, what's he going to do here? He has to make a decision.
He splits off the horsemen, splits off a lot of the archers towards the top side, the correct counter units for those Onimusha, but they can just run on away, and the knights are headed towards the bottom.
Yep, and you know what? Anatan should be able to stop this decap, which is exactly what he needs, and BC can go Imperial Age himself if he chooses to.
And BC is going to go Imperial Age here in just a second, I feel like. The Knights get a great dive on the bottom side Sacred Site. It is still ticking, but Anatan has not been able to reinforce any of these defenses in either Sacred Site.
A lot of those Unumashus going down, and BC he's floating so many resources in yet, but he's not going imp yet. He's not making units. He's not aging. I'm not sure what his plan is. There we go. He's aging with which gives
Gunsmith, but look at where he's aging.
Oh no!
Is he blind?
He's
ornaments
got
are
units.
there.
Yeah, he's got
Okay.
units. He's gonna be fine. Those
Anatan, though, breaks off a few land snakes. Can they get enough swings to affect this? They don't quite do it. 1 or 2 vills get taken down. Nothing too crazy, but Anatan has still let this Sacred Site victory keep ticking. It's 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah, this is dude, this is so intense right now for I can imagine how Anatan's feeling. He just wants to win this game. He's got double the military that he got a Rebaldaquin.
Oh my.
Look at this
Where
map.
is it?
And he's it's top.
there it is.
And he's got 30, he's pulling workers. He's pulling everything for this one Sacred Site. He's going for it.
And here come the Azutsu too.
Yep, and Beastie is aware of it. Keep coming down. I mean, Anatan has to take this engagement now. To be fair, this keep route. Oh no, this keep is gonna be shooting rockets.
Anatan, he's got to take this sooner than later. He's going to be taking the fight. He's diving towards the backside. The keep should end up going up. The Rebaldaquin, look at the first shot. The Knights just disappear.
Yeah, he needs to focus it with his archers. It doesn't have any ranged armor, so archers can kill this really quickly. Oh my god, that was such a disgusting shot. He needs to focus
He's
that
still not
Rebaldaquin.
focusing it.
Use your archers! Use your archers! I just want to yell at Anatan, use your archers! Okay, the Rebaldaquin goes down. The keep is up. Anatan's going to throw down his own keep. There's 45 seconds left. There's still the bottom Sacred Site. There's the top. Oh man, this is like... There's 15 villagers in there. So he can pull the villagers to do...
Villagers. Tons of villagers are getting pulled though. Pulling towards the keep. He's still got horsemen in production. He's still got crossbows. He's circling back towards those villagers. Only one villager idles it out for the time being, but this is extra delay. Extra delay is all he needs right now.
Yeah,
he's doing everything he can.
This doesn't have splash. The rocket doesn't have splash damage, right? Oh, he's pulling 15 workers.
It's all or nothing here. The villagers, they stall it for another couple seconds. 19, 18, 17. It still is ticking down. BC's not on top of it right now. Keeps almost all the way up.
Yeah, I think this is over. I think Anatan's done it. 5 seconds.
7 more seconds.
He's going to get villagers on there, but again... Look at all the units from Anatan. He's not going to let this Sacred Site be decapped.
Nope, and the keep is up. 15 villagers inside the keep will make quick work of all the villagers that BC pulled. Even if BC denies this now, he cannot keep producing compared to what Anatan can. And he's down to 50 villagers, and it's just going to keep falling. 3, 2, 1.
He's trying, and GG! Anatan takes the game in what I can only say was a very exciting finale. Like, what a game!
Wild series. What a wild finish, and congrats to Anatan pulling the upset in the 3-2 victory.
And this is the first new winner we've had. Like, I know Luciferon won a tournament, but I mean, that made a finals and won in how long? When was the last time we saw a new player make it to the finals of a tournament and actually win? That was a fantastic finale. Easily the best finale I've had for all the tournaments I've hosted. And he beat Beastie too. It's not like he beat some, I don't know, some guy you don't know. He beat Beastie in a best of 5. I gotta say, this tournament had a lot of upsets. I will say that, people are always, I'm just gonna say, people are always trying to figure out ways to allow upsets. You just gotta host the Draft of Empires. You host the Draft of Empires, and bam! Upsets happen! What was the prize? First place was $500.
What a crazy tournament, crazy series to end it all off. And I'm sure it had to have lived up to everyone's expectations there. Really the first showcase of all the new civs on a bigger tournament scale.
Oh yeah, because both players played that so well. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Lemon Pepper. Thanks for the 200 bits.
X200.
I mean, that was like, in terms of a finale, you can't ask for better. It came down to a sacred site victory, action-packed games. I mean, they both played really well, and BC being BC, you know, very hard to kill him. And you know what? So he went sacred site victory and was able to do it. This was a very fun tournament. It was nice to have a weekend only tournament too. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. And I think we should probably get Anatan in here, huh?
Yeah, I'm game for it.
Let's see. Great. Thank you very much, Peppery. Glad you enjoyed the tournament. I've gotten a lot of subs and follows from you guys, so I appreciate all of you, especially for tuning in. You know, we beat expectations than what I thought viewership-wise. We didn't get any big raids, and we were able to break 900 viewers, which is sick.
Yeah, unbelievable.
WDRST just subscribed.
Definitely cannot complain about that. And thank you very much for the tier 1. We're going to get Anatan in here. Let me see. Thank you, everyone. And again, we're going to get Anatan in here for a quick interview. I'm going to do this real quick so we can get in here. Jaina, I know, girl. No. My dog is very excited that game's over too. She's very happy. She's like, I can't believe it. She's like, that was a great game.
Yeah, hello guys.
Hey, what's up, Anatan? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Let's ask that first.
I mean, I can't believe, to be honest, that I won. I mean, I just before games I was just okay. I was just like having fun. I'm not playing like serious without any plan, but it's ended up pretty wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know what Civ pick for last game, and just maybe Japanese. I heard that Beastie said that he's not very good. He's not master Japanese, and okay, will be Japanese, but I think it's very pretty good map for Japanese. So yeah.
I think that was exactly what Blade had mentioned actually on the last map. He said, I can't believe Anatan picked Japan, especially on this map, but able to pull it through, able to make it happen. What were you thinking after the first game when I think me and Blade both felt like you had the leg up, a potential to just fully deny Beastie totally on the gold, but was able to pull out and able to get that first victory?
Can you remember? Can you say matchup? I honestly a bit forgot.
It was Mongols versus
it was
Jean.
Bohemia. Yeah, versus John.
To be honest, after this game, I thought that I will probably lose like 0-3 or something like that. Because to be honest, like almost player in my spot can win for 100%. So I was like, okay, if I threw this game, so probably I will throw and another games.
Yeah, I was a little worried for you too. I was like, because I felt like you were in a good spot. Then you kind of took that fight under that second town center, and obviously, you know, you lost the game. And I was like, oh, I thought you actually had that game. I thought you were in such a good position. And then, but you made up for it. You made up for it in other games.
Yeah.
Like game number 4 against Iabids. Did you feel when he got that keep up on the gold and kind of pushed you back a little bit, did you feel like you might have lost that game right there, or did you still feel comfortable you could win with a counterattack?
To be honest, I realized that he struggled for gold only when he placed keep. So, looks like he's 0 gold. Maybe I can do something. Because in this game, I didn't think at all of it. Like, I wall him and just mass units. I not scout him, I just, okay, Horseman is probably good unit versus IBs who had Camel. and they can kill all my units. But okay, let's mass Horseman. It's a good choice. And I mean, it was pretty YOLO style by me because I just mass units 1TC and ended up winning. Not sure about this game. It's
That's
probably
interesting.
genre stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at it from our perspective, we definitely thought your plan was deny gold, make this kind of timing attack for when he runs out of gold, runs out of food, and that's really, if you watch the replay, he was struggling in that regards, and
No,
you kind of just made it happen.
Thought number on gold. I was really upset because I can't punish it, and was well, okay, maybe just warm up and try to mass units.
That's so funny. You could have lied right there. We believed that was your plan the whole game.
No.
But no.
So out of the new civilizations, obviously, I would say one of the ones that we feel like you have some comfortability on, especially when we're comparing it to other people on it, is Byzantines. Is that one that you put in a lot of practice and you're starting to kind of find some different builds and comfort there?
Yeah, I mean, see, I practiced a lot with all civs. Maybe my mechanic not really good, but I mean, I think my game knowledge is on pretty high level right now, because I think I already know almost everything about new civs and matchups, but it's now time to implement new civs to old civs. So it will be kinda hard before GC quals.
I have two questions for you. First, when you in that Byzantine mirror, did you notice that your rams killed 16 villagers?
No.
Yeah.
So
I had a feeling you might not have noticed, but what happened was BC was trying to burn down your rams with his villagers on that second TC, and they all got caught up in the fire and they stayed there too long and died.
I thought that they're pretty low HP, but yeah, I didn't notice that he lost so much.
Yeah, we were surprised too. We were like, wait, how did he lose 16 villagers? And then we saw the villagers all dead where the fire had been. And I even have a clip of it too. So if you ever want to watch it, you can watch that clip. My second question is, how did you feel about that last game going down to the sacred site timer?
I mean, it was not my initial plan, but I just I need more gold. Okay. I was pretty confident because I thought that I can just move into his base and I will win game. But after 2 not really successful runs, I was a bit panicked and tried to play macro game, and it's ended up pretty cool for me.
Yeah, hey, it ended up working out, even if you thought you could have won there, but you did. Well, congrats again. I don't know if Dabson has any other questions for you. Do you, Dabs?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well. I know, obviously, big tournament win and a big tournament qualifier coming up in the near future for you. So, is there anything you have to say for us before watching you here at the qualifiers coming up?
I mean, I just want to say thanks to you guys. I mean, Dr. Dabson and Blade, you're gods, because you Blade creating so good tournaments. It's so much content, so much hype. And you, Dr. Dabson, just good commentator, yeah. And happy birthday, Blade, yeah, again. Yeah. That's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Anatant. Good luck on the qualifiers. I know that's going to be a tough one. You know, there's only 2 spots open. And I guess we will talk to you later.
Okay. Hey, guys.
See ya.
Later.
The prize was $500 for first place, and I believe it's $280 for second. And then third, fourth is going to go up a little bit because we got a $100 donation for the prize pool. But I don't remember the math top of my head. So that is the prize pool. And again, congrats to Anatant. And do you have anything you want to shout out there, Dr. Dabs?
Oh no, I'm appreciate all the hype with the new tournament setup, and I know we got another new style tournament around the corner starting tomorrow. If my memory, is tomorrow? No, and the Don Artie one?
Yep, Don Artie is and I'm playing in that, by the way, for those curious. I am playing in Don Artie's tournament.
And I am a manager, so I will be one of the 4 managers that will be paying to have one of or I guess it's setting up a team involved. So make sure to come out, check out that structure. It's gonna be a really cool one. I got to make sure to obviously put some extra money for Anatant here now.
Yeah, Scary player. And yeah, for those who are curious, tomorrow, Don Artie is the tournament doesn't start tomorrow. Tomorrow is just the drafting phase. So all the players are going to be drafted tomorrow on which team they get. And then the tournament is actually going to be on the 21st and the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe, or wait, or is it tomorrow and the 21st? It's 2 days. That's all I know.
I want to say it's tomorrow and the 21st, but it's based like on the teams setting up, like it's on the people setting up their games, because obviously if it's time zone sensitive, then they're gonna play when is comfortable for everyone, I think. But even still, it's gonna be a really cool structure. I'm very interested to see, even though there might not be games tomorrow, the drafting aspect's gonna be very cool.
Yeah, it's the draft will be streamed. I believe it's gonna be streamed on Don Artie's channel. So you should be able to see that live. And so yeah, we're not done with tournaments, guys. We have another one for the next couple days. And like I said, if for those of you who are like, Blade, we don't get to see you play tournaments, you'll get to see me play in this one because I actually have the availability. Don picked a great week. I don't work next week or this week at all because I'm on break, so I'm available to play. So it'll be awesome to play and again to watch as well.
Hyped for that, and I'll be streaming some of some AoE 4 throughout the week and whatnot, so come check those out, and appreciate you having me on, and looking forward to the next tournaments.
Yeah, me too. Have a good one, Dr. Dabson, and hope you enjoy your Sunday.
Later.
All right, guys. I think we did all the shout-outs for the tournaments. Again, I just want to give you guys another shout-out. Thanks again for, again, you guys have been awesome. Like I said, we got 900 viewers without any raids. Jaina, stop. I'm going to lock my dog out for just a minute. She needs to calm down. So just want to thank you guys again. We got over 900 viewers on the finals. And again, that's without any raids, which I think is awesome. I was going to be happy with 300 to 400 viewers. And we broke that by a milestone. The funding for the tournament, we 3 times my initial goal. My initial goal was $500. We hit $1,500. We had a lot of really good games in this tournament. There was a lot of upsets. Anatan ended up winning. No, there were some raids, but I'm talking like big raids. Like, people who raid with like 500, 600 viewers, 300, or even 200 viewers. I did get rated by Whammon and Tips earlier today. And then my internet died like 5 minutes after. It really sucked. Yeah, Anatan ended up beating Beastie 3-2. Again, it went to the final game for those who missed it. I highly recommend watching the VOD. If you don't want to watch the VOD, I am going to be putting it on my YouTube. So you will see the entire series on YouTube. And we have it's going to have a lot of games on there. And I'm just trying to think, is there anything else I have for you guys? And yeah, Don Artie will be is the host. I don't think Don's playing in the tournament, but I could be wrong on that. So again, another congratulations to Anatan. Again, thanks everyone for the subs. Thanks everyone who donated to the tournament. Thanks for obviously tuning in. And I'm gonna give you guys off to. You know what? You know who we're gonna give you guys off to today? We're going to give you guys off to Marine Lord. He's rated me quite a bit, especially for my tournaments and stuff, usually with like 500 viewers like yesterday he did. So I'm going to give you guys off to him. Enjoy his stream. I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow. But I would definitely be obviously for the tournament on Tuesday and Wednesday. But I'll keep you guys updated. And I am going to go enjoy my birthday, so thanks everyone for the kind comments, and I will see you all next time.